Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block. Crabs baseball is on the air. Brandon Dixon out there throwing out the ceremonial first pitch to this baseball game, and now he is on his way up here to join me, Aaron Donaldson, in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth to bring you all of the rock'em sock'em baseball action as the Crabs welcome the Chico Lone Wolves into town for a two-game series of midweek baseball. Chico Lone Wolves last visited these Humboldt Crabs June 24th and 25th of last year. The Crabs handed them two consecutive wins. Crabs eliminated from Pacific Empire League play, but there's still lots of baseball left this week. This is the last week, but we got these two games with the Lone Wolves and three games with the Placer County Paleoteros this weekend. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're in the area and you have not yet had the opportunity, take the chance to come down to the Arcata Ballpark this week and check out some Crabs baseball. Let's get to these lineups to you. They're brought to you by North Coast Audiology, North Coast Co-op, U.S. Bank and Arcata, and Compass Community Credit Union. We'll start with the Chico Lone Wolves. Batting first will be center fielder Jordan Nugebauer. Batting second will be third baseman Grant McGuire. The designated hitter bats third. That's Tyler Porter. Playing shortstop and batting cleanup is Jamison Barnes. The fifth batter will catch. That's Wyatt Denton. The sixth batter is Luke Henderson. He'll play first base. Christian Obos will bat seventh and play right field. Nate Stillman bats eighth and plays left field. And Cole Martinez will bat ninth and play second base. That'll be Chance Ward out there on the mound for the Chico Lone Wolves when the Crabs come up to bat in the bottom of the inning. Crabs defensively left to right in the outfield. It's going to be Kyron Humphreys in left, Daniel Osborne in center, Adam Enyart in right. The infield left to right on third base, Mike Pickett, shortstop, Alex Harrington, second baseman, Manoah Chapman, first base, Everett Johnson. Tanner Keys, the Arcata Tiger, is catching for your Crabs tonight, and out there on the mound is Nathan Bunyard, and it looks like he is ready to go. Sends the first pitch across the plate at 7:03. That is swung on and popped out to right field. Enyart gloves that. One pitch, one out, and we are underway. And Brandon Dixon is in the booth. Brandon, how did that go for you there?
I mean, I talk about throwing first pitch strikes all the time, so
What was that one of those? Because
nah,
I didn't look at the TrackMan, but
it was not. It was not a
as
strike.
they say in Major League, just a bit outside.
Yeah, well, Tanner Keys really helped me out there. He did a great job, but
you did a great job. So Grant McGuire is going to step up now to bat for the Lone Wolves with one out. Bunyard comes home. That is taken for a strike. Good to see you, Brendan. I was honestly wondering where you were, and then I remembered, oh, yeah, you're throwing out the first pitch. So.
I'm sorry if I sound winded. I'm very much 40 years old.
That is taken for a strike. Strike two. You're a long way from Point Loma.
Yeah. Distance and time-wise,
yeah.
Yes.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of cosmic miles.
I just realized that on the long walk up to the booth.
Good times. The 0-2 is taken in the dirt. Ball one.
I talked to Bunny after his last start. We always talking about establishing a strike and getting in the zone, and he was able to do it with his breaking ball in his last outing. So we'll see if it's the same thing tonight, and hopefully he can get ahead. Got
a first pitch out tonight. You love to see that. Here is the 2-1. That's out. Oh, nope, he calls him, brings him up. Strike three. So 2 outs for Bunyard. The last time he pitched for these Crabs was on the 21st, I believe, against the Berkovich Honors. That was a 2-0 win for the Crabs. That's going to bring in Tyler Porter for the Berkovich Honors. They are not a Pacific Empire League opponent, so we don't have any statistics to offer you on these hitters. I can tell you that Bunyard has pitched 22.2 innings.
Are these the Honors or the
sorry, you're right.
Lone
These
Wolves,
are
right?
the Lone Wolves. I'm going to do that several times tonight.
That's
I've made this mistake before. Here is the first pitch to Porter, and he takes that for strike one. I was saying Bunyard has pitched 22.2 innings. He struck out 22 in that time, walked 15, 13 hits, 5 runs. 2 of those are earned.
Well, him and the other pitcher, Van Slyke, from the Berkovich Honors, pretty much through the exact same game. I wrote in my article today it seemed like they were cheating off each other on a test.
Yeah.
And one saw what the other one was doing, and it was working, and the other one went out and did it, and they both matched almost the exact same stat line, throwing the exact same pitches.
Porter takes a ball, 1-1 now. It was fun having you up here explaining that to me as it was happening because that helped me see it. Here's the 1-1. That's outside. Ball 2. One of the many perks that come with having a former pitcher in the booth with you.
I just got a text from pitching coach Matt Tomlin, who is at his fishing house in Alaska, and he said that my pitch would have been a strike if Zach Norton was behind the plate.
Sure. 2-1 swung on, and that is foul.
So that's that inside intel that I get up here. That's the value I bring to the booth. Thank you, Matt. I get worse and worse with the strike zone every year. First 3 years, I threw all strikes, and I preached throwing strikes all the time, and I went out there and I bounced one. But Tanner Keys, I was just trying to make him work. If it was Cavanasora's, I would have made sure it was right down the pipe because we don't want to make him work any harder than he has been.
Here's the 2-2. That's taken for a ball. If anyone is familiar with that famously wide strike zone, it would be Crabs pitching coach Matt Tomlin. He has suffered and benefited from it throughout the year.
Tanner's got more in his step. He's a little sprier. He's a little younger. So that was on purpose. I was just testing him.
Full count, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, strike 3, Bunyard. K's 2 in the opening inning, and the Chico Lone Wolves go down 1, 2, 3. Crabs up to bat after this. This is exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the corner of 9th and F Street in Arcata. Crabs baseball on the air for the last week of 2026. And the Chico Lone Wolves come into town to play your Crabs. The lineup for the Crabs leading off is going to be Manoah Chapman. He'll also play second base. Alex Harrington bats second, plays shortstop. Jason Ariola bats third and will be the designated hitter. Adam Enyart bats fourth and will play right field. Mikey Pickett will play third base and bat fifth. Daniel Osborne center field batting sixth. Kyron Humphreys out there in left bat seven. Everett Johnson, the first baseman, will bat eighth. And catcher Tanner Keys will round out the order for the Crabs. Out there on the mound is Chance Ward for the Chico Lone Wolves, wearing these kind of graphite gray jerseys with black lettering and white pants and black hats. The Crabs with the blue chest and back and red sleeve tops, and the dark blue hat with the white C.
Yeah, I think we look better than them tonight.
That's a fascinating observation from Brendan Dixon.
It's a consistent one.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have not changed. This is your song, so I dig it. I'm here for it. So Manoah Chapman is going to step in. He's a 300 hitter for the Crabs this year. On base is 385, slugging 388. First pitch from Ward is taken, ball one.
Well, I want to thank Liam for playing my walkout music.
Yeah, what was that one? Which one was that?
So that is, it was going to be Sweet Emotion,
right,
which I usually come out to.
That was not Sweet Emotion. The
and
1-0 is taken strike one.
Usually come out on the radio show to that. That's always been my walkout. But I talked to my 6-year-old daughter the other night, Dakota River, and she had a suggestion. We'll get to that after the pitch.
1-1, way outside, ball two.
And I said, baby, if you want Daddy to come out to a walkout song, what would it be? And she said, I want you to come out to the Powerline song from a Goofy movie.
There you go. There you go. Here's the 2-1. That swung on and hit pretty good out towards center field. That's Osborne. No, not Osborne. That is Neugebauer out there, and it drops behind him. And Chapman is going to truck on into second base, standing up, leadoff double.
So I had to make a late call into Liam today to adjust that.
Yep.
And if you haven't seen a Goofy movie, it's one of the most underrated Disney animated films of all time.
I've heard tremendous things about a Goofy movie.
And
very
exactly
very
a
good things.
banger of a soundtrack.
Yeah.
And that's big for Manoa there because he was a little frustrated on Sunday, but gets back on the bike tonight and
Hits
ropes one to center.
Well there. So he stands out there at second, and Alex Harrington cycles the bat at home plate, waiting on Chance Ward. Ward checks second, and now he comes home. That is high, ball one.
But yeah, being a girl dad, it's amazing how quickly your arm can be turned. I had
like
plans all the way up till this afternoon, and she said, nope.
Yeah. There are other plans that are much more important.
Well, this one was pretty big. I don't know.
Here's the 1-0. That swung on right through the gap, and the Crabs are going to strike first as Harrington makes his way. Oh, nope, they're going to hold Chapman up. I thought for sure Chapman was going to come around, but he'll move to third. Harrington's going to go to first. There's runners on the corners and nobody out for the Crabs.
Great start for the Crabs.
It is a really solid start. So Jason Areola now is going to step in and try to scrape across the first run for these Crabs.
When she said it with conviction and she answered very quickly, there wasn't a lot of thought to it.
Well, that's what you want to go with.
So as soon as she said it, I was like, well, now I got to call Liam.
Yeah.
So
Ariel is a 327 hitter, slugging 459 on base, 477. He's hit 32 times in 98 at-bats.
yeah, I don't know if you've ever pissed off a 6-year-old girl, but you don't want to do it.
First pitch to Areola is swung
That's gonna
on,
work.
and it's gonna drop in the left fielder's glove, but it's absolutely going to be enough to bring Chapman around. Sack fly for Areola. Crabs score first. Go Crabs, go!
Productive at bat by Ariel there. He's been hot lately. 3 for 5 the other night. Hit his first home run of the summer a couple days ago, and he's found himself in the box score a lot, and in a good way.
Adam Enyart steps in now, batting cleanup for the Crabs. He has Alex Harrington over there on first. It was hit pretty shallow to left, so Harrington had to stay put where he was as Chapman came home. Ward checks first. He's at the belt, comes home to Enyart, and that is taken for strike one.
Yeah, and I've developed a pretty good relationship with Adam on and off the field the past couple summers, and there's no mistake in whose jersey I was wearing out to the mound tonight. He provided it for me the last 2 seasons in a row, so I appreciate that.
Here's the 0-1. That is taken 1-1 now.
I told him to bring me out the one that make me look the most svelte, you know.
Yeah, he gave you the white.
He gave me the white one,
That's
and
the right one.
we'll have to see through Matt Filar's great pictures if it worked out for me or not, but we'll see.
I tried taking pictures, but there's a net in the way. The 1-1's taken outside 2-1
I appreciate
now.
that.
It's that thing where it's like, I'm your friend, I'll take your picture. And I'm like, I'm the worst person in the world to take a picture
It's
right
probably
now.
for the best. When I see the pictures, I'm going to be like, oh, no.
Yeah. My
So-
wife's a photographer, and she's like, if someone's being paid to take pictures, put your phone down. Here's the 2-1. That is swung on and chopped towards
Probably
third, but it's foul.
not the most flattering, but that's turning 40, right?
Listen, you're throwing out first pitch for the Humboldt Crabs.
It's
is
an
a
honor.
glorious
It's an
opportunity.
honor.
I get to do it tomorrow, and I am terrified.
Let's go.
So we'll see how that
I
goes.
was telling you, they said they wanted to get Liam out there,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So, Liam, don't
Liam,
dodge
you
it.
can't send me out without you doing it, Liam. Yeah.
We
yeah.
all have to work, Liam.
Here's the 2-2. That is swung on and sent as a little blooper right out in front of the center fielder. Harrington's going to round second and make his way to third. Once again, Crabs on the corners with one out as Enyart singles.
But, yeah, the guys were kind of razzing me down there, thinking that I was dodging it because I turned 40. I was holding it out for last year. It was the first game of the championship series, so I was holding it out for hopefully a big game.
Right.
But I didn't want them to think I was scared. But
Because you weren't,
I was
right?
not. Oh, I was a little bit once I threw a couple pitches before the game. I was like, oh, no, here we go.
So Mikey Pickett steps in now with runners on the corners and one out. Crabs leading the Lone Wolves by a score of 1-0. Pickett takes outside, ball one.
But, yeah, between them and you guys telling me you're going to track me on pitch track, I was like,
don't
oh,
think it worked.
here we go.
I don't think it worked. It might have been too far outside.
It might not have registered because of the velocity.
Yeah, it was too fast. So that pitch is swung on, and I believe it is now 1-1.
There was a scout in the stands that said it was 93.
Yeah.
But he's a friend of mine, and I don't know if he was just trying to flatter me or not.
93 rising heater, dead center.
Yeah.
Dead center, pipe dead.
Good late movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, swung on strike one. Here's the 1-1. That's outside, ball two.
At least when I tell people about it, that's what I'm going to say.
That's what I saw from here.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Sounds about right. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So, pitching coach Matt Tomlin sent us pictures from Alaska with him holding some very large fish.
Oh, yeah.
Full count, runner goes. 2-1 runner goes. The pitch is offline and heads out into center field. That's going to bring a runner across. It's going to send Enyart to third. And I believe the call at the plate, I'm not exactly sure what the call at the plate was. Waiting for the scoreboard to update here.
Safe.
So Enyart comes around to third, and Harrington comes home. So that was fouled straight back. I believe it's strike 2.
Yeah, Tomlin told me he was going up and he had a house in Kenai, Alaska, and I said, I lived in Kenai, Soldotna for about 3.5 to 4 months playing in the Alaska League.
Neat.
Great spot to fish in the summer.
2-2 is swung on and sent out towards center field. That's Neugebauer out there. He collects that.
They're going to send him.
It's deep enough to send the runner. He's got to kind of double clutch the throw, so it's absolutely no contest. Enyart comes around. Crabs have plated 3 in the top of the first.
But yeah, it's a very small rural community up there, but during the summer, because of the Kenai and the Russian River, there's a lot of celebrities and other people that go up there to fish. It's a very popular fishing spot.
Well, based on the size of the fish that he's holding in that picture, I could see why.
Exactly.
So Osborne steps in now. Nobody on, 2 out. He takes the first pitch he sees inside. Ball 1.
Well, and there's so many people fishing up there, they call it combat fishing because everyone stands about 2 feet away from each other on the beach and their lines get tangled. And
oh, no.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0. That swung on and chopped towards short. Collects that on a bounder, throws across the diamond to first, and that is going to do it. But the Humboldt Crabs plate 3 on 3 hits, and they now lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score of 3-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball brought to you all season long by Blue Lake Casino on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to 888 F Street. The Humboldt Crabs lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score of 3-0. It will be Barnes, Denton, and Henderson for the Lone Wolves, and Nathan Bunyard on the mound for the Crabs for his second inning of work. He had a pretty efficient first inning. First pitch pop out, and then struck out the next 2 batters. Lone Wolves here tomorrow for a 7 p.m. baseball game. This weekend, we have the Placer County Peloteros in town on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and that is it for Crabs baseball this year. It goes faster than you think.
It really does. I'm like, now what am I going to do?
Benjamin always says he has people saying, I got to get out to a Crabs game. I was like, no, you don't. It's over. You missed it.
Well, at least you can go watch Lou's Team now, released on YouTube this Sunday at 9 a.m.
Oh, boy. Bunyard's first pitch hits Barnes, and he goes to first.
We're just going to call that establishing the inside half.
Sure.
Now they know it's his dish.
You sound like a pitcher.
That's weird.
This is how a pitcher would analyze that throw.
Well,
everyone else is like, ow.
No, well, now they know.
Now they know. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Lou's Team now on YouTube. Tremendous documentary by Connor Fitzgerald. He was in the booth with us last weekend talking about that movie, and it's exceptional. There's just so much to learn about 82 seasons of Crabs baseball.
When I was asking him, I was like, when do you sleep? Because he works for the now Sacramento A's and the Sacramento Kings, and he does post and pregame interviews for them and goes on the road with them and somehow figured out a way to make an amazing piece of work in that documentary.
First pitch to Denton is swung on and sent towards left center. Osborne is running that way, and so is Humphreys, and it drops right between them. So the runner is going to come around second to third, and that's Denton out there with a no-out double.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there. They're not exactly dealing with the harshest sun at this point, but it's probably pretty tough out there.
66 degrees and sunny here on the coast. Not as hot as it is possibly in Chico right now. I haven't looked at that comparison.
Yeah, it's probably scorching out there.
The sun is definitely starting to drop in the western sky, and as we say, the Pacific Ocean is 3 miles away, and after that, there's a whole lot of nothing.
Take a breeze.
Runners on second and third. First pitch here swung on, strike one. It gets away from the catcher, and he can't find it. And that is going to bring Barnes across and send Denton to third. 3-1 Crabs.
Pitcher and catcher are going to get together here. It looks like they're a little crossed up on the play. I'm not sure if Tanner thought the hitter got a piece of it for a second. There was a little hesitation in going to get that ball.
It seemed like it definitely seemed that way to me, and there's still a little bit of chit-chat going on down there maybe to suggest that. So it is 0-1 now.
And a little bit more discussion. They're definitely not on the same page right now, and part of that is to be expected with the runner on second because you have to use different signs because the guy's looking in at them.
Yeah.
But with the runner on third now, they got to get on the same page.
That is taken for a strike. 0-2. Bunyard throwing strikes tonight. Great to see.
I just feel powerful wearing an Adam Inyard jersey. I don't know what it is. I feel like I could throw at least another pitch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2. That is swung on and fouled off towards the picnic area.
I don't know if I could hit and throw like he does.
Right.
But I have another pitch in me.
You got another pitch in you. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if I would.
You got to wear the home jersey to hit maybe. I don't know. Although he seems to hit in all of them. Doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2. That is upstairs.
I don't know if that would be the case the last 2 years throwing out the first pitch if I didn't have my Inyard jersey on. But Adam's always good about getting that out to me and making sure that I've got the power.
1-2 is swung on right to the hot corner. And Mikey Pickett says absolutely not. Gloves that one 2 away. Great catch by the third baseman. 1 out. Sorry, 1 out.
Great job of having the shades, wearing the shades, making a tough play in the sun there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in an hour or two, that would be a very different situation. With
that got on him quick.
It did.
But Pickett picked it. See what I did there?
That's exactly how that works. So that's going to bring up Christian Obus now with a runner on third and 1 out. He takes the first pitch, strike one.
And see now how he's able to use that inner half because he drilled the first guy?
Uh-huh.
So now
that's exactly how that works.
Now they know he's going to work in.
It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Don't crowd the plate. Here's the 0-1.
And that was Bunyard's real bread and butter the other night. He had a hard time establishing that fastball, but he started getting that breaking ball over, starting at their belt and getting it back over the plate.
0-2, swung on, out towards left. Humphreys is charging. He's got it. And that is the second out of the inning. And it will bring up Nate Stillman with the runner still left over there on third. Humphreys was running hard to grab that, and it was pretty shallow, so there was no test on the sac fly there.
Well, from the sounds of it, it sounds like he got in on the stick again that time. Definitely didn't catch a barrel, didn't break a bat, but I'll take a fly ball to left field whenever you can get it. Throwing strikes.
2 out, runner on third. Bunyard comes home. That is taken strike.
My first pitch would have not registered.
Say, you sound like a pitcher. Here's the 0-1.
Well, now all we got to do is trust our umpires, which always comes through for us, you know.
Which is usually a great idea. That's a ball, 1-1 now on Stillman.
It's like it's 1993 up here.
Uh-huh. Good times. Here's the 1-1. That swung on, strike 2. I still look at it. I keep looking at it. There's nothing there, and I know there's nothing there, but my head is like, go that way for information.
It's just me and you, bud. We have no spin rate. We have no strike zone.
That's upstairs. Ball 2.
We've got no velo. We're just calling it like we see it right now and trusting our faithful umpires.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
2-2. Runner on third. 2 out. Here's the pitch. That drops right in there, strike 3. Just a great pitch. That had a ton of movement on it. Bunyard sits him down again, but this time they do. They hit one and bring one across. It's 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error for the Chico Lone Wolves. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for your Humboldt Crabs, who are up to bat next. Stay tuned. This is exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. The Humboldt Crabs lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score of 3-1. And Chance Ward is back out there on the mound. He will face the bottom of the order for the Crabs, Humphreys, Johnson, and Keys. We haven't made the obligatory observation about how do you make lone wolf plural.
It's a tough one. I looked it up today. Nothing. Even AI didn't have.
Right.
And they do everything.
I turned to the classic movie Airheads, and there they had the Lone Ranger. And the observation was you can't pluralize Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
For starters, there's 3 of you. You're not exactly lone. With the baseball team, there's like so many more of them.
Well, especially when you get into other languages and it's Los and this and it's, it's hard enough to do in English.
Uh-huh. So Kyron Humphreys is going to step in, batting left-handed. Got some pink and turquoise gloves on. Looking pretty cool. Here's the first pitch to Humphreys. He takes strike 1.
He might be borrowing those from Enyart. I got Enyart those gloves last summer.
Those are slick.
For winning MVP.
Neat. Here's the 0-1. That's outside. Ball 1.
But, yeah, we were talking about Alaska and Tiger Woods and Tony Gwynn and Karl Malone having houses up there. It's a big fishing destination on the Russian and the Kenai River.
1-1 to Humphreys inside, ball 2.
And I remember one late night I was at a Fred Meyer's because that's all they have in Soldotna, Alaska. You could buy guns, canoes, candy. There's a bank.
Cigarettes.
It's like a one-stop shop. It's huge.
2-1 to Humphreys is taking ball 3.
And I'm waiting in line, to purchase something at 12:30 a.m. We won't say what it was, but I see a massive human in what we'll call a Canadian tuxedo, all tan with the phrase on the sleeves.
3-1 to Humphreys is taking ball 4.
Good at bat by Humphreys.
Yeah, lead off.
It was like Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
And the tan hat as well.
Yeah.
And just a massive human being. And I'm talking to my friend behind me, and I was like, is that Karl Malone? So I stand behind Karl Malone in line for a second, and I didn't know what to say, but all I could get out of my mouth is, are you Karl Malone? And in very Ricky Henderson fashion, he turned around to me and he said, I am Karl Malone. And then I didn't know what to say, and he walked off, and that was my entire experience with Karl Malone.
So first pitch to Johnson is outside, ball 1. Well,
but I identified him, and he admitted to it, and
that's something.
That's my entire Karl Malone story. That was it.
Here is the 1-0. That is taking strike 1.
Seemed like a nice guy. I don't know.
I sat behind Woody Harrelson on an airplane, and my observation was that I stare at famous people. And
I think Woody Harrelson would be a way cooler conversation than Karl Malone. That's just me, though. I don't know.
1-1 is taken, ball 2.
Carl seemed annoyed at being Carl Malone.
Well, he's annoyed at people asking him if he is Carl Malone when he's very
At
obviously
12:30 at a
Carl Malone.
Soldotnik Fred Myers. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm clearly Carl Malone.
Humphreys on first. This is swung on by Johnson and sent way out to right field. That's Obas out there, and he collects that one out.
Big fisherman Carl Malone. Socially, can't really speak to it.
My buddy got a his friend had season tickets to the Nuggets, and I got to see a game when, like, the Nets were in town. And it was like second row, and sitting in the second row, I was still shorter than the basketball players out there.
You're like, hey, you're obstructing my view, and they're like, I can't do anything about that. Yeah.
They are tall people. So the first pitch on Keys is taken for a ball, 1-0. Liam was telling me he could be a senior, but Tanner Keys is still an Arcata Tiger, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, he's going to go to Delta
Crabs.
Community College next year.
Okay, very exciting. Here's the 1-0. Keys swings on that and pops it straight up on the infield. Shortstop Barnes is calling off the second baseman. He grabs that one 2 down.
He initially was going to go to a school in Monterey Bay, but recommitted or did not ever commit to that school. That was his initial plan. But Delta has a great reputation with producing catchers. I remember when I went to the Final Four at the junior college level, they were always one of the Northern California representatives. So a great program from the near Sacramento area, and I'm sure Tanner will thrive there.
Chapman swings on the first pitch his way and fouls that straight back. He hit a double in the first. Humphreys stands over there on first at the moment after walking with 2 out. Chapman trying to get something going here with an 0-1 count.
Yeah, Carl Malone's pretty easy to pick out at a Fred Myers at 12:30 in Alaska, especially in a Canadian tux.
0-1 is taken outside, ball 1.
We always talk about it. I'm watching Alex Harrington just in the on-deck circle. I'm getting tired just watching him.
Pitcher checks
The
first.
kid's got a motor. He's doing calisthenics. He's jumping up and down.
Swinging the bat.
He'll probably steal 4 bases tonight and score 4 times. To be 19 again.
I would say he'd sprint around and make some spectacular play in the outfield, but he's on the infield. That's fouled off for strike 2.
He might make a spectacular play in the infield.
He could run all the way across the diamond and make
I'm
a
surprised he didn't
Derek
go,
Jeter style catch.
Surprised he didn't go get that foul ball right there. He looked like he wanted to, and they had to call him off.
Yeah, he'll pull a Derek Jeter and make a play over on the first baseline somehow. 2 out, runner on first. Chapman waits on the 1-2, swings. That goes straight to the shortstop. He scoops, dishes to second, and that's going to do it. So they can Humphreys on the force out, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. The Crabs still lead by a score of 3-1 against the Chico Lone Wolves, and we'll be back on the other side with more Crabs baseball brought to you all season long by Blue Lake Casino on ESPN 107.3 FM.
Connor's documentary.
We are back to the corner of 9th and F Street in downtown Arcata. The Crabs lead by a score of 3-1. Bunyard on the mound for the Crabs has pitched 2 pretty good innings, and now he will face Cole Martinez in the 9 spot before rolling over to the top of the order again with Nukebauer and McGuire.
And we were just talking about, Connor Fitzgerald's documentary and how it was a great baseball documentary, and that we were mentioning the documentary made about the Portland semi-pro team.
So fun.
That old Western actor Kurt Russell's father made.
That was an
and
amazing
he coached and
documentary.
owned the team.
The Battered Bastards or something of baseball?
The Battered Bastards of baseball.
Boy, that was right off of Key's foot. Hope he's okay. Ball one.
And
to
they would
Martinez.
beat single A and double A teams that came up there very similarly,
Yep.
if I can speak English.
That's mostly right.
To the Crabs, and Kurt Russell even played a couple games for them.
1-0, swung on, strike one. It was so weird to see him doing baseball things and being like, but that's Kurt Russell, though.
He's a good player. Like, it's one of those guys that, like, you wish they would have, instead of doing the Herbie movies, you wish he would have made a baseball movie.
But with
or
a face
two.
like that, man, you're going straight to the screen. Here's the 1-1. That is swung on and sent way out to center. But Osborne is going to come in on it and make the first out.
Yeah, he decided to be Wyatt Earp instead, which didn't surprise me because of his dad's lineage in Westerns, coming from the show Bonanza, I
I
believe.
think it was Snake Plissken, too, if I'm not mistaken. He's got
Twice.
quite the lineage
Yeah.
there, old Kurt Russell. Jordan Neugebauer steps in. His brother plays for the Rogues. And we called him Neugebauer the whole time. And if his parents are listening, we are sorry. The first pitch to Neugebauer is
Did we
taken ball
mess that
one.
up? I thought we got it right. I was really
thought
proud
we
of
did too.
ourselves.
We were all proud of it. And then Tim got the right information and realized that we were not right. And so we
Were we close?
It's Neugebauer.
Oh,
Yep,
shoot.
that's what
All
we were
right.
told. Here's the 1-0 his way. That's way up top, 2-0.
I like Neugebauer better, but it's it's not really my call. So.
I'm still going to maintain whether it's Neugebauer or Neugebauer, it's still a Sandlot name. There's a kid in
Sure
the
is.
neighborhood named, everyone's like, come on, Neugebauer. Here's the 2-0. That is inside ball
It's just
three.
if you call him Newsy or Noogie.
Yeah, Noogie. Yeah, that's
Whatever rolls off the tongue. And his friends, if they messed it up, they wouldn't care.
Yeah.
12-year-olds don't care about pronunciation.
Well, we do try to get it right here in the Blue Lake Casino booth. That's inside 4 pitch.
Speaking
walk.
of 12-year-olds and sandlots, I don't know if you noticed, I'm wearing my PF Flyers tonight.
Ooh, I did not notice that.
These are the same ones Benny the Jet wore
Huh.
in the Sandlot.
Slick.
I figured they would be my best bet throwing out the first pitch.
Yeah, I'm wearing Tevas, and if I wear those tomorrow, I'm going to look like a moron. So-
Yeah, these are not helping me at all in any way, but they look good.
So McGuire steps in now with a runner on first. Bunyard's first pitch his way is fouled off. Strike one.
So are you going to be a cut of the grass guy, or are you going to go all the way out to the rubber?
You know, I was thinking about going all the way out there, but I was telling Liam I got to find somewhere to throw a couple practice balls to see if I can actually pull it off.
I got to warm up with Spencer Jacobs a little bit today.
Okay.
So that was, but I also had to save my bullets.
That's what I need to. Yeah, right. Here's the 0-1. The runner goes. The ball gets away from the catcher, so now he's just going to end up on second base either way.
I said I had about 10 in me, and then I had to save the rest for out there. And in my first 3 or 4 years of throwing out the first pitch, I was a go all the way out to the rubber guy, and I'm
Yeah.
always scoffed at the people that do it from the cut of the grass. But after tonight,
Yeah, now you're like, well.
I might be a cut of the grass guy.
Yeah.
It might be that time in my life.
1-1, runner on second, one out. That swung on and fouled towards F Street, strike two. Benjamin and I played some catch up at Cal Poly. I brought my glove and told him to bring a glove, and we met a couple times and threw the ball. But the mound is quite a bit further away than it looks, I think.
Yeah,
And when you get
it
out
looks
there,
further
it's
than
like,
it used to. I'll tell you that much.
right? Here's the 1-2. Runner goes. Big swing. The throw to third is in time but offline, so he's safe.
What does the professor top out at? Like 91?
Yeah.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Wait, did they get him out? Did he?
That appears to be the call. But we have had the Crabs run off the field inconspicuously before, so we'll
Okay.
see if this stands. But it looks like looks like they got him.
So it's a strike him out, throw him out double play, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only way that could mathematically have happened. And I didn't see it. It looked like he caught it way up and off the bag. But if
It sounds good to me. We're going to take it.
we're going to take it, and we're going to go to a break. So we'll be back on the other side. The Crabs will be up to bat. It's 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for the Lone Wolves. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors for your Crabs. More exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 right after this. Welcome back. Aaron Donaldson and Brendan Dixon in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth, bringing you Crabs baseball on this beautiful 28th day of July. The shadows are creeping across the infield. It is still in the mid-60s and sunny, just a little bit of a breeze pushing south and east. And
yeah, that sign over the right, the 394 sign out there is coming in hot
look
right
at the
now.
glare on that thing. I looked at it and now I can't see. That's nuts.
We got the
I've never seen it.
Alex
do that
Harrington
before.
coming up, the
Ouch.
ultimate table setter.
Yeah, right.
He's come on hot in the last couple of weeks, so if we can get him on, he's probably going to get over and get in for us.
So here's Harrington. After him will be Areola and then Adam Enyart. Brendan Dixon's still wearing an Enyart jersey. I didn't realize you had worn it into the booth, and it's looking good.
Thank you. That's very flattering, and Adam assured me he washed it right before the game, which I appreciate.
Are you going to wash it before you give it back to him? Womp, womp, womp.
I don't think I worked up enough of a sweat in my one pitch. I didn't warm up in it, so we're good.
Okay, so we're good. Okay.
It has one pitch in it, so I'm just going to give it back and hopefully not rub my stank all over it.
So Ward asks for another call from his catcher, and now he comes home, and that is taken inside ball one.
To get a game-worn jersey is always fun. My plan was to come up to the booth and eat a hot dog and spill mustard on it and then return the favor to him and be like, now you have a booth-worn jersey.
That's inside ball two. And then Enyart plays the remainder of the season with mustard stains on his home whites.
I'd sign it.
Here's the 2-0. That's swung on towards short, and that is going to be the first out. It's the second baseman who makes the play. We're going to call that 4-3.
But luckily for him, Liam forgot to get me my hot dog. Not to throw shade on the radio,
the
but
white jersey is fine.
It's safe.
Safe
and he'll get it back nice and clean.
Well, I love to think of the other teams knowing that there is a radio call for Crabs baseball and knowing that both people doing it are wearing Crabs gear. It just lets you
got to represent. This is the first time I've done it this year, but it feels really good.
Whose side we are on. So that is Areola stepping into bat left-handed now, and he watches the first pitch go by for ball one.
And and obviously if somebody came up and had a problem, I would tell them to go away, and I keep wearing it. So
we would point at the sign that says, "Don't talk to the people in the booth during a game."
That's right.
And after the game, I'd be like, "I have to go home." Here's the 1-0. That is taken for strike one.
I know where every exit in this ballpark is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Well, the homerism is strong on Crabs radio. We appreciate the other teams coming here to play, and we appreciate it when the Crabs beat them soundly. Here's the 1-0. That is taken for ball two. So it's 2-1 now. The Crabs this year are 35-13 on the season. It's been a pretty good season for Crabs baseball. They have,
Time
lost.
is called for some reason.
Yeah, some reason time was called. They have lost to the Lincoln Potters this year. They lost one game to the Mudcats, a couple of games to the Rogues, and a couple of games to the West Coast Kings this year.
And the group of Wolves comes in tonight and trying to take us.
Here's the 2-1. That is taken ball three.
Or maybe they were all lone wolves and they found each other.
They all found, but then they would no longer be lone wolves.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. But
it is grammatically incorrect. Here's the 3-1 swung on strike two.
It's like them keeping their maiden names.
Well, then it would be like the Wolfpack knee lone wolves.
Yeah, there's no hyphen or anything, but I don't know. I'm just tossing ideas out there.
Here's the 3-2. That is taken, and he will walk to first.
Like I was a lone wolf until I found you.
Yeah,
guys.
But then we would be a pair of wolves, I suppose.
Wolf gangs. That's what they should be. The wolf gang.
It could be a gang. It could be a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A gaggle? No, those are gooses. My bad.
Yeah, the gaggle of lone. When they're lone wolves and they're collected, they're not a pack because they're lone.
No,
then they're a gaggle.
You're the debate guy. I'd leave it to you. You're a professor.
I'm ready to go to this one. I can defend this.
I just call baseball games.
One out, runner on first. That's outside. Ball one to Adam Enyart.
I also eat tacos and enjoy long walks on the beach, but the lone wolves is I'm not going to get to the bottom of that tonight. I don't think.
No. I hear Benjamin saying it's not a thing. Big swing from Enyart, and that is strike one. The professor, Benjamin Schaefer, still enjoying the life of Mexico, and he should be back Saturday night for the second to last and last games of the season. So if you're missing his voice on the radio, fear not. There will be 2 more opportunities to hear the professor. 1-1 is swung on.
Just missed that one.
That one goes straight back.
It'll be my first opportunity to work with the professor. I'm a
fun.
little intimidated.
He's
And it'll be an honor, but I'll probably be up all Friday night
Yeah.
in anticipation.
That'll be fun. I'll be tuned in. Kate is working, so Callum and I will be hanging out and listening to Krabs baseball. 1 out, runner on first. Here's the 1-2. Enyart swings through that one. Did he get a piece of it? No,
He did.
he did. Okay.
I think he's just frustrated with himself because he saw it well.
Yeah.
And if he would sat on it just a little longer, we could be seeing something to right center right there. But a little more frustrated with himself than I think the situation.
Good news is he's still alive. 1-2. Areola on first. Ward at the belt. Here's the pitch. That's outside. It gets away from
pitch
the
to run
catcher,
on.
but he grabs it. And oh my gosh, did they get him? They did. Wow.
I got to say, Ariel has not gotten the best jumps the last
No.
couple nights.
No, that was a tough one to get thrown out on because the ball was in the dirt way outside, and the catcher had to make a pretty decent dive over there to get it. The throw was on time, but it was offline, and they still had time to make the tag. So still 2-2 for Enyart with the bases empty now and 2 out,
Yeah.
and he watches that one go by and it's strike 3. So went from something to nothing for these Krabs, but they still lead by a score of 3-1. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for the Lone Wolves. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for your Krabs. We will be back with more Krabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to 9th and F Street. It is Krabs, Lone Wolves here in the last week of the season for these Humboldt Krabs. Krabs, Lone Wolves tonight and tomorrow night. And then the Placer County Paleoteros come in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was an exciting year for the Krabs. They were in contention for the Pacific Empire League Championship until last week or so. They started with a 13-game winning streak, which is great.
When I just got some inside information from Adam Enyart's mother, the lovely Sylvia Enyart, that says the commentary is down on YouTube.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know how we confirm or fix that, but if we can,
we'll
we
look
should.
into that. So it's Tyler Porter, Jamison Barnes, and Luke Henderson. The first pitch to Porter is ball 1. Did you hear that, Liam? Enyart's mom says the YouTube commentary is not working. Yeah.
Does it say it's up? Okay. Well, in any event, if she can hear us now, we're working on it, Sylvia. We'll get it to you.
1-1 now to Porter.
As long as she's been subscribed for a month, she should be able to chat.
If you've been subscribed for a month, you should be able to chat.
Okay.
Oh,
I
and
didn't
I've
know
got
if
friends texting me saying the YouTube is working for them. So
it is working. I didn't know if
Yes.
she meant the comments or our commentary.
Not supposed to shout out Robert till the 5th, but he says it's working.
But
so that's
I
good.
hope you guys can hear us because
Here's the 1-1. That is swung on, and he gets just a piece of it. So
we're
it's
bringing you groundbreaking stuff up here.
1-2. What's sad is we don't have a video feed, so she can't see you wearing her son's jersey, which my guess would, that would make me happy as a parent.
She told me she got a picture of both of us in the jersey as
good.
well.
Okay.
And she also told me after the game to flick Adam, and that he'll know what that means. Me and Adam we're buddies at this point,
so.
but he's 6'3", 230.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
And,
I would pass. I would tell him that I was supposed to do that. And
I'm
then
I will, there will be a disclaimer prior to flicking him, but I will.
1-2 is taken for a ball.
So it must just be the comment section, because I just got a text from Matt Tomlin
Yeah.
saying that the audio's been working. So
Yeah, I'm getting a couple
no,
of those too,
no
so
technical difficulties up here,
maybe just the chat.
which is good because that means they haven't missed any of our groundbreaking commentary up
Yes,
here.
about mustard stains and whatnot.
Sure.
Nobody out. Here's the 2-2. That is swung on and sent out towards center field. Osborne is out there. He's under it and one out.
Well, I've noticed with Bunyard is he's been throwing his breaking ball so consistently that he's not a guy that really pronates and throws like a lot of changeups. So it ends up giving him this natural cutting action with his arm action. And that fastball I wouldn't call a cutter, but it did have a late movement to it, working away from the hitter's hands. So sometimes it's just kind of a reflex and something that happens, but whatever he's doing is working.
Yeah, if you know it's going to do that and it works, no problem. First pitch to Barnes is taken, strike one. Jamison Barnes was hit by a pitch in the second. Top of the fourth, 3-1 Crabs. Here's the 0-1. That is taken, ball one.
I'm glad that we're reaching the masses. That's all that matters.
Yes. Here's the 1-1. That is taken, ball two. I know a lot of parents listen. I know a lot of fans from out of town listen.
Sure.
I know there are a lot of parents who wish they could come to every game, but have told me they can't because kids and they listen. That's me often.
Yep.
Here's the 2-1.
There's another one of those kind of
strike two.
late-moving, kind of cutting fastballs. I know he probably threw that as a straight fastball, but just with that wrist rotation, he's getting a little late action on his fastball, and it doesn't hurt.
Here's the 2-2. That's in the dirt, but Keys is able to keep it in front of him. And the count goes full.
Yeah, the other night they were really, well, not the other night, but the other day on Sunday, they were really making Cavanasaurus work back there.
He was all over the place. Yeah. Yeah.
I asked him how he was feeling after the game, and he just gave me one of those smiles,
Payoff pitch is taken, ball four. Like he just did an aerobics class.
Yeah, well, smiles from Cavana can sum up a lot of words.
Sure.
I've gotten to know all of his different smiles over the 3 seasons he's been here. And
They're not always joyous.
they're not the same.
Okay.
And the one he gave to the Mudcats to start the Donnybrook probably wasn't
Yeah.
the same.
That was funny.
And he's got a lot of smiles in him.
So the first pitch towards Denton is fouled off towards the out-of-town dugout. 0-1 now on the Lone Wolves catcher. Runner on first, one out.
Man, we look way better in our uniforms than they do. I got to tell you.
Got the red and blue cooking. That is strike two.
Good spot there. And like we always talk about, throwing strikes is going to keep your defense in it, but it's going to keep the umpire in it as well. And as long as Bunyard stays around the dish, I think you can expand the strike zone.
Here's the 0-2. That's outside, but he calls it strike
And
three.
right on cue, kind of exactly what I was just talking about. Had he walked 3 hitters in a row, we don't know if that would have been a strike, but he's earned that strike so far here.
Fourth strikeout in 51 pitches for Bunyard. 2 away, runner on first, and in steps Luke Henderson. Here's the pitch.
Good spot.
Taken, ball one.
See, now I don't know where that one was, but
Yeah,
that's
I would
fine.
really love to have the track, man. It helps
Yeah.
so much. I'm so curious, and you feel like you get a view from up here, but.
Oh, we've got a view.
Here's the 1-0. That's outside.
Nope,
but he's
it's a
gonna call that
strike.
See, it looked outside to me.
Just right on cue.
Yeah.
We're good with the timing tonight, man.
We're going to call it an
right
outside
there.
strike. That's what
Yeah.
I'm going to call that.
Just a bit of a strike.
Yeah. 1-1. Bunyard comes home, swung on, strike two.
Works that inner half of the plate again after going outside. And now should be in control of the count. He's working both sides of the plate well. Wish his pitch count was a little lower.
1-1, swung on, and that
Got
is
him.
going to do it. Bunyard strikes out the last 2 of the 4th after facing 4. He walked 1, but kept it to 0 in that inning. It is 1 for the Chico Lone Wolves and 3 for the Humboldt Crabs. We'll be back with more exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM right after this. Welcome back to 9th and F Street. Aaron Donaldson and Brandon Dixon bringing you Crabs baseball from the Blue Lake Casino radio booth in downtown Arcata. Some large, fluffy clouds out over the hills there by Neyland, just casting some big, heavy shadows on the mountains out there, but otherwise just low-angle sun. You can see the detail on all the trees out there. Most of the infield is in shade. The outfield has some tree shadows across it, which can make things a little tricky sometimes for those outfielders. We'll see if that plays. Third baseman right now shielding his eyes from the sun. He's got the tough spot of defending the hot corner as the sun slips down there.
Yeah, it's like a Bob Ross painting out there. Happy trees.
So the first pitch to, have to turn the page here. The first pitch to
Tommy Pickett, I believe.
Pickett is swung on strike 1. Yep, that's it. It is. It's Pickett.
Timmy Pickett.
I just punched
Pickett.
a hole in my book. What a mess. That one is ball 1. So 1 and 1. There we go.
So the bottom of the lineup here, it looks like, is that Tanner Keys on deck?
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to figure
So
out.
hopefully we'll be able to turn things over here for Manoa.
Here's the 1-1. That is swung on. First baseman's over there. He's going to make a tough catch behind his
Did he catch it?
teammate. No catch? Out of bounds? Okay.
His teammate's got to get out of the way there. The umpire seems to think it's an out.
Well, the umpire held his arms up like it was a foul ball.
And we have the luxury of having the line over by where I stand usually with the trainer's table, where there's a clear out of play. So even if you caught it like Boardman did the other day, he was across the line, so they didn't call it out. Over there on the first base side, it gets a little trickier because you have the fence jet out.
Osborne steps in. First pitch his way is high. Ball 1. Yeah, he caught that ball behind a player that was standing over there. It feels like it should have been out of play, but they called it first out. Here's the 1-0. That's taken. Ball 2.
And what I would really like here is for Osborne to do what he's been doing lately, line something over the right side of the infield, and then really give Kyron Humphreys a chance to eat.
2-0 taken in the dirt. Ball 3.
Kyron's such a great kid. I'd really love to see him get into one and put it off of City Hall. I've been waiting for it, and I think he's due.
3-0 to Osborne. He takes strike 1. The games this weekend are the same time as always. The Friday game starts at 7. The Saturday game at 6:30 and the Sunday game at 12:30. The 3-1 is taken for ball 4. Osborne's
Good at
going to
bat.
walk, which is just about as good as a line drive hit as far as Humphreys is concerned as he steps up. 1 out, runner on first. Crabs lead the Lone Wolves by a score of 3-1.
So pretty much everything I said about the lineup at the beginning of the inning, just scratch that.
It's so easy to get off. Like, I've been off so many times. Looks like we're going to have a meeting on the mound now.
Everybody's coming in.
Everybody's coming in. There is some activity out there in the bullpen, and I'm curious if the pitcher is going to start walking this way. It looks like he is.
Yeah, they're going
So-
to make a change, and that means the umpire is not going to be invited to the party, it looks like.
Yep, they're going to have the conversation without them. So Chance Ward is going to shake the hands of his teammates and hand the baseball over to his manager as a new pitcher comes in and takes his warm-ups. We're going to send it back to our Humboldt Hills studios, Bi-Coastal Media Studios, to hear from our sponsors. There'll be more Crabs baseball on the other side. This is ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back. The Chico Lone Wolves have made a change out there on the mound. This is Jacob Heiser coming in to take over for Chance Ward. Ward threw 3.1 innings for Ward. There were 3 hits and 3 runs chalked on his line.
You wonder if they added him late or if they were just saving him for a big game like this.
You never know.
Having a hard time finding the strike zone, warming up, so I don't know if the Crabs hitters are feeling extremely comfortable right now, but we will see if he's going to be able to lock it in.
Fingers crossed we see strikes in an expeditious ball game. Sometimes in the middle innings late in the season, the bullpens can run dry, and these games can last long into the evening. We'll see how this goes. So Kyron Humphreys is going to walk over to the left-hander side of the batter's box there and take a look at Jacob Heiser.
And unless he bought the exact same stuff I sent Inyart
They're
last
just
summer,
kicking him
I
around,
think
yeah.
I think he's borrowing some of Yardy's swag tonight with the gloves and the leg gear.
Looks good. Heiser looks over at Osborne on first. Now he sets, kicks, comes home. Humphreys checks his swing, strike 1.
Well, hey, look, he found the strike zone after what was a rough 8 warm-up pitches. Strike 1. That's all you can ask for.
Got it. 0-1 on Humphreys. He cycles, shoulders, and waits. Pitcher looks over to first. Now he sets. And here's the pitch.
There he
Runner
goes.
goes. The pitch is upstairs. The throw's offline and actually hits the runner as he slides in. And now he's running to third. And there will be no throw that way. And hopefully Osborne is okay. He's responding like maybe he might have hurt himself, but now he's doing okay. So
He's fine. He's going to rub some dirt on it. But JB beat me to the punch there. I'm usually good at getting out in front and calling those. And I was about to say it, and then he went anyways.
Well, he
So-
kind of hopped on the first pitch towards Humphreys like he wanted to go and thought better of it. And he was off that time, and the throw was just way offline. The pitch to Humphreys was called a ball, so it's 1-1 now to the crabby left fielder. He's got a great opportunity to plate one. Just has to put the ball deep into the outfield or in play the other way.
A lot of ways to get it done here, yep.
Here's the 1-1. That's taken, and the ball gets away from the catcher. It's going to be a foot race. Throw back to the pitcher. The tag is
Safe.
not in time. He is safe. So that is Daniel Osborne coming around on a passed ball to make it 4-1. Go Crabs, go.
And a great job of Osborne getting to that side of the plate with the pitcher coming in. And with all these sliding mitts and stuff now, I can't really remember the last time I saw someone slide feet first, but you give yourself a lot more options when you can go head first. As you could see with Osborne there, he was able to get to the outer half of the dish, and it also makes it a much more clear call for the umpire in that situation. It's not just a cloud of dust and the catcher and the pitcher and the runner popping up at the same time.
2-1 on Humphreys. Here's the pitch. That swung on and fouled
Ooh,
straight
he
back.
just missed that one.
And honestly, as a fan of baseball, a runner coming in, sliding head first just as the ball gets there and the ump saying safe, like that's baseball.
Yeah.
Love that.
And like I said, a great slide from him. If he slides to the wrong part of the dish, or if he pulls up or hesitates or gets scared at all in that situation. But he was full send the whole way, and that's why he scored.
Backstop is close, and it sends the ball back quick, famously. Here's the 2-2. Humphreys takes that, and the count goes full. You can see pitches get past the catcher, but then they bounce back quickly. And as a runner, you got to be aware that if you're going to go, you got to commit. There's no second chances if the ball comes back that fast. And the catcher made a great little underhand toss to the pitcher.
He did all he could do, yeah,
Not
for
quite
sure.
in time. Payoff pitch to Humphreys. He takes that inside and will walk to first.
And I'll tell you what, Kyron's not had the summer that he wanted, you know, offensive, but he's had some really good at bats and he's had really competitive walks. That's not something that exactly jumps off the page at you, but he does have competitive at bats. He does see a lot of pitches, and it's paid off again here for him right now. I don't know if it caught a piece of him or not, but it seems like it did.
It's a cozy crowd here in the Arcata ballpark, but that doesn't stop them from having all sorts of cheerful advice for the pitcher out there, having walked Humphreys and maybe hit him. It's going to be Everett Johnson stepping in now with Humphreys on first, 1 out. Crabs leading 4-0. Golden hour here on the coast.
Shadows are almost gone. Wind's blowing out to center field.
So Johnson shoulders, waits on Heiser. Here's the right-hander. That is swung on and just kind of chipped out towards center, and it's going to drop.
Nestle.
And that is 90 feet for Humphreys as Johnson heads to first base.
And a good read by Humphreys there. That can be a tough one, especially you see a lot of the center fielders and right fielders throw up their glove like they have it and kind of deke the runner there. So Humphreys, easy to get caught in between there, but was able to read the ball well and get to second base standing up, and we are in business.
I'd never thought about that, but as a center fielder, if you act like you're going to catch that runner on first, if they can't see the ball, they've got a
It works all the
pickle.
time, yeah.
Yeah. So Tanner Keys, the 9-hitter for the Crabs, has runners at first and second and 1 out. Heiser comes home. The ball gets away from the catcher again, and the runners are going to move to second and third.
And now the rookie Keys.
Keys has some thoughts for the ump
Who's
here.
had some opportunities to drive in runs this summer and a limited amount of at-bats, but has gotten his done. His first at-bat as a Crab on his first 6-day contract was a line drive single to drive in a run.
He's in a great spot now, 1-0 with 2 in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball
We
2.
mentioned Keys going to San Joaquin Delta next year and getting some great late season experience here for the Crabs. A kid that's been around the team for a long time, has worked with the catchers a lot. It's good to see him in the lineup.
2-0. Swung on, strike 1.
He didn't cheat himself there. Good hack and a good count.
The Crabs are a very fun team because they play competitive baseball. They are one of the better teams in the Pacific Empire League. They finished 4th this year, but they took 2nd last year and just missed the opportunity to play for it all 2 years ago. And the fact that they have so much homegrown talent on the team is just cool. Here's the 2-1. That's upstairs, ball 3.
Well, we saw it in the big spot the other night. They bring up Tano, who was a junior from McKinleyville High School. And I thought he threw well. You know, the box score doesn't show it as much, but it's tough to pitch in those games when you get a 9 spot in an inning and sit out that long, especially when you've been watching the Crabs your whole life.
Right. 3-1 outside. The bases are loaded as Keys walks to first.
And now he's looking like he did when he was warming up. And that was something I had mentioned. Had a hard time finding the zone. Then, of course, he comes out and shuts me up by throwing strike 1. But now he's he's doing exactly what we were seeing during his warm-up pitches. A long stroll out to the mound. I don't think the guy in the bullpen has been warming up long enough, so I think this is just to buy time. Umpire might get invited to the party this time.
There's definitely someone warming up out there, which would be the second pitching change of the inning, or did he come in?
Are
last
they
inning?
calling him? We'll see.
Looks like just a fun little conversation. The ump is considering dusting off home. He's just going to give him all day. He's just going to give him all day out there. The ump
If he
really
turns
needs
around and he's still
a
out there,
clean
then
home
yeah.
plate. Okay, so he does look that way, and the manager takes the cue and starts heading back towards the visitor dugout. The umpire seems to be saying maybe limit these mound visits, perhaps. I'm not sure.
I think they're only allowed a certain amount.
Yeah.
So I think he's just reminding him that next time he goes, he's got to pull the guy.
So the bases are FOC. That's full of crustaceans, and Manoah Chapman steps in. He doubled in the first. This is a great opportunity here to really expand the lead for the Crabs.
A lot of ways to score right here, and see if Chapman can.
Here's the pitch. He swings at that one and fouls it straight up over our heads. It looks like it's going to come down in the ballpark. It does. Oh, and she almost caught it. She made a really good try.
Did.
She put her hands out, and it went right through the hands and hit the bench, and she caught it on the bounce. Benjamin would be disappointed, but at least that time someone did put their hands up. That was a good effort.
Yeah, anytime they send a ball to Souvenir City, you just hope somebody tries for it.
That's it.
We've talked about it all summer.
Frequently nobody near it. Everyone scatters.
Well, and that's what she gets. She got it on the one hop.
Here's the 0-1. That is in the dirt, and the catcher is able to punch it out towards his right and corral it, keeping everybody in place.
We're going to say that was well-deserved. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
she earned it.
Listen, barehanding that is not easy. Like,
No.
you would want a glove. That's
I've been
the goal,
I've been preaching for people to bring their gloves
bring
to
their
the
glove,
park.
yeah.
I've also been preaching for pitchers to throw strikes, and then I did what I did in my first pitch today. So
Here's the 1-1 to Chapman. He takes strike 2.
who cares what I have to say? You know, it's more suggestive than anything. But
Yeah, you're allowed to offer your advice to the universe, but if the universe is indifferent, you can't take it personally.
yeah, no. As soon as you put a microphone on me, I can
Yeah,
kind
so
of say what I want,
you
but
have all
I'm
sorts
not
of
always
input.
right.
1 out. Here's the 1-2. That is outside, 2-2. Chapman telling everybody to stay put as the catcher chases that one in the dirt.
And I would think with the way the pitching has gone this inning, Manoah's still got to be looking for his pitch right here.
2-2. 1 out. Slow kick and the fire home,
Yeah.
and now the count goes full.
You usually be more aggressive in a 2-2 count, but this pitcher still needs to show that he can establish his zone. And Manoah took a healthy cut to get the pitcher back in the at-bat, but
Krabby, second baseman, has worked the count full. The bases are loaded with 1 out. Here is the pitch. That's taken, and he's going to walk in a run.
and I would think Harrington right now, especially with the clean count and the bases loaded, I would be taking right now until he proves he can get ahead. And this is going to be a pitching change.
That's the 4th walk of the inning as the score is now 5-1. And yes, it does look like there will be a change out there on the mound. So once again, we will send it back to our Humboldt Hills studio for 60 seconds to hear from our sponsors. Thank you for listening to Crabs Baseball. There's more on 107.3 FM. Welcome back to 888 F Street. Aaron Donaldson and Brandon Dixon bringing you Crabs Baseball on ESPN 107.3. Crabs Baseball is brought to you by the North Coast Co-op, Humboldt's locally community-owned grocery co-op since 1973. Also by North Coast Mercantile, your local beverage distributor. Thanks to Bear River Casino Resort, the best bet on the North Coast, and to Crestmark Millworks, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces. Thanks also to Cypress Grove Cheese, that's
Great cheese.
world-class cheese
Great
right
cheese.
here in Humboldt County. North Bay Automotive, your trusted automotive repair shop in Arcata since 2013, and also to Granite Construction, building a better future today, and to Compass Community Credit Union, guiding you to better banking.
And we got another similar situation watching this guy warm up. Strikes are not at a premium. He might do the bunyard thing where he's finding in the zone with the breaking ball more than he is a fastball.
What's this guy's name? Do we know? 11? Trying to figure out who this pitcher is. He's number 11. Oh, I do have their here. Let's look. Danny Leal, it says, assuming this is right.
And I think with one out here and the bases loaded, Harrington's still got to be kind of cautious and in take mode right here and
Wait
make
to
him
see
come
a
to
couple
you.
strikes, yeah.
Make him come to you. And he hops and
He
skips
literally-
up to the plate. And
Yeah, Alex Harrington is excited for this at-bat. He is, and why not? The score is 5-1. The bases are loaded. There is one out.
he's a great kid. I've interviewed him a bunch. He talks as fast as he runs. It's hard to think of my next question. I love it. He's just enthusiastic.
That's awesome. So Harrington with a big chance here. Leal is set, and his first pitch of the night is way
There it is.
outside.
Yep.
Ball
Just
one.
wait on it. Make him establish it.
Oh, boy.
And this is what we were talking about with the umpire as well. He hasn't seen a strike in a while.
Right.
So the zone probably going to tighten up here for those Wolves.
1-0. That looked like a pretty
There's
good
one.
call, and that's strike one.
Well, and
Klaus.
the pitcher might start to get desperate and just try to get one over, and then we're going to be in business as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, Harrington can make him pay for that. 1-1. Takes, and that's ball two.
We've talked about it with our pitchers. That's kind of been our Achilles heel this year is falling behind guys and putting guys, not only walking people, getting our pitch count up, but putting them in hitters' counts.
Right.
2-1 with the bases loaded right now looks really great for Alex.
That one's upstairs, ball three. I was listening to the Lone Wolves game last year, just for fun, and we were talking in that game about how walks have been hurting the Crabs all season, and it feels like throwing strikes, and in particular late strikes, has been kind of a perennial issue.
Yep.
Here's the 3-1. He takes ball four.
There you go.
Another
And
one
I
comes
think
home.
that's got to be the same approach for Areola coming up here.
Liam says one of those games, and it sure seems like it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks this inning.
We got some bubbles floating up here into the booth by the faithful.
Yeah, that is Tamara the Crab Queen celebrating every crab runs. 6-1 now. Go Crabs, go.
And Areola's got to be in the same boat here. I'm taking the first pitch regardless. And that's why.
Yeah, way inside, ball one.
And 1-0, I'm doing it again.
It is by far the most important position in baseball is pitching, and finding good ones can't be easy, and finding folks all season at this point in the year can be tough. Here's the 1-0. That is ball two.
And do it again. They're asking for it. But it doesn't, you can see just the aggressiveness in the Crabs hitters right now. It seems like they're in take mode right now.
2-0. Taken, strike one.
That was a good spot. I don't know if it was exactly a strike, but it was closer than the other ones.
Liam is clapping. He's happy.
Got the lone Wolves, the lone wolf,
The lone
back in his
wolf.
at bat here.
Pitcher is 2-1. That swung on,
Oof.
fouled straight back 2-2 now. That was a big hack from Areola.
Well, and when you get yourself in those hitting counts, those are the hacks you want to take.
Yeah.
With the bases loaded and one out.
Yep, give it a rip. See what happens.
Why not? He hit his first home run last week. Might have been thinking about his second one right there. But a lot of ways to score a run here.
Right
Don't
on
need
left.
to do too much.
Pitcher comes home 2-2. That swung on and sent out towards left. That's Stillman over there.
That's going to score
He's
a
gonna
run.
Camp under it and grab it, but absolutely going to have plenty of time for Tanner Keys to come home from third. So it is a productive out for Jason Areola as he sacrifices out to left.
And we'll see what JB does here, because especially with the way they've been missing pitches and sweeping away from the hitters, and their catchers having to work almost as hard as Cavana had to work on Sunday, I wouldn't be surprised, even though we talked about the golden rule of not making the first or third out.
Yeah. 1/3 if they
at
start
third
running
base
that way.
But with the lack of control from these pitchers,
Right.
I would look for maybe some movement here.
Feeling bold. If Enyart gets on, the Crabs will have batted around. Here's the first pitch his way, and he takes for ball 1.
At the same time, nothing's really changed, where I think Adam's going to be in take mode. And Adam's really good about being a selective hitter in general, so I think he's going to find one to keyhole here if he can.
1-0. Swings on that one, and it's dribbled towards
That'll
the gap,
work.
and it is knocked down by the third baseman. He gets up and throws the first, but not in time. The ball gets away, and that is going to bring runners around. That is Chapman coming home, and Harrington is over there on third. It is now 7-1. Go Crabs, go.
Smaller crowd tonight, but Manoah Chapman always bringing the energy and trying to pump up those that are here. Crossing home plate. 7-1 Crabs.
Second hit of the night for Enyart. It plates another RBI. He leads the Pacific Empire League in that category. Krabby's on the corners, 2 out. Mike Pickett up for the second time here in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch is fouled off.
And they
Strike
don't
one.
seem to be very concerned about the runners out there. I think the whole team's focus, that's how much a pitcher can affect things. The whole team's focus is about throwing a strike right now.
Yeah.
But Adam skipped about halfway down the line right
Yep.
there.
0-1 outside, 1-1. Well, and, we've seen a couple pitches that were out there making the catcher just corral at first and then make the throw. That's just
Yep.
making a tough job even harder. 1-1 swung on and sent out towards center. My guess is he's going to come down with it. Oh, he makes a fantastic slide down on his knees. That's Jordan Neugebauer out there, rather, making that play. And finally, the Chico Lone Wolves do get out of the inning, but not before the Crabs plate 5. It is 1 run, 1 hit, 3 errors for the Chico Lone Wolves. 8 runs on 5 hits, no errors for your humble Crabs. There's more exciting Crabs baseball coming on the other side here on ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back here at 888 F Street in downtown Arcata, just a block from the historic Arcata Plaza. The sun is setting. The clouds are doing this beautiful pink thing. They just look huge out there over the hills. And it looks like that is still Bunyard out there?
Yeah, and not just from a strategic standpoint, like we've mentioned kind of ad nauseum, but just for the pace of the game at this
That's
point.
it.
Bunyard
That's
getting
it.
a 0 in
Yeah.
this half of the inning.
3 up, 3 down. Let's go.
Striking out the side sexy and everything, but 6 pitches right here would be great.
That would be great. How about just 3 quick pop-outs?
That would be good too.
Sounds good to me.
My goal was always to get out of every inning on 15 pitches or less.
Okay.
And
Or fewer.
Or fewer, yeah. And what the guys don't realize is you end up striking out the same amount of guys doing that.
First pitch to Obos is taking strike 1.
Having that approach you get the strikeouts at different times of the game, but you get them when you need them. Striking out the side in the first 2 innings.
0-1.
0-2.
Taking strike
There
2.
we go.
Bunyard.
Isn't as fun as striking out guys in the 6th and the 7th, you know.
Getting the message here. Here's the 0-2. That swung on and fouled straight back. Hits the post.
I like what he's doing. He's coming right after him. He's getting back on the mound quick. You know, those are 2 of my favorite things.
Yeah. Well, the pace of the game is so significant, especially when you watch a level where it's hard to throw strikes and people struggle to throw strikes. It can go forever.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2. That's outside ball 1.
Oh, he got him.
Oh, he called that. Okay. Sure. Absolutely. Strike him out.
Take it.
That's the 6th strikeout for Bunyard tonight on 59 pitches.
Yeah, and it looks like they're starting to get a little stirring down in the bullpen, but nobody really getting hot yet. And we talked about how Bunyard hasn't thrown that many innings, so I think they might just let him go.
Stillman steps in. He struck out in the 2nd. Bunyard comes his way, and that's taken ball 1. There's a throwaway scene in Apollo 13 where Johnny Carson on TV says less milk, fewer viewers.
Exactly.
If you can count it, it's fewer. Here's the 1-0, and that's taken ball 2. So, yeah, you can count viewers, but you can't count milk.
Nope.
Less milk, fewer
Less milk.
viewers. 2-0. That's taken.
Ball 13's great.
Yeah, it's ball 3. That movie's so good.
Underrated.
It's a jam.
You know who's underrated in general is just Ed Harris.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
great. He's just great in everything.
Yeah, he's a winner. He's got his vest in that one. Here's the 3-0. That's upstairs, ball 4, and that sends Stillman
Well,
to
just
first
anytime there's, whether it's that or The Martian or even the best parts of Armageddon, anytime there's a control room, you know,
Yeah.
I'm so in.
Yeah.
I want chaos in the control room. I want people running around,
Yeah.
people handing each other papers.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to get on the same page,
Yeah.
literally.
He plays the famous Gene Kranz in Apollo 13.
He
and
does.
he crushes it. Ooh, boy, for Bunyard's first pitch to Martinez is inside ball 1.
Married to Madigan.
Oh, okay.
She was the wife in Field of Dreams. She just won an Oscar this year.
1-0, taken ball 2. Yeah, the Apollo 13 story, the movie's very good, and the fact that it's based on a true story is just absolutely mind-blowing. The Artemis trip this year, if people were paying attention to that, they used a return trajectory that they more or less discovered during Apollo 13.
Sure.
And that's just neat, in my opinion. As are the clouds. We got pink, like
Yeah.
cotton candy clouds right now. Like you can't beat that. I don't know if that's coming through on the YouTube, but if you are in Humboldt County, in the Arcata, Eureka, McKinleyville area, go outside and look at the clouds. Runner on first, 1 out. Here's the 2-0. That is taken for a strike, 2-1. So Martinez waits on the 2-1 pitch from Bunyard. He swings on that one, strike 2.
Good job again, getting back in the count, throwing strikes. It's crazy how things work when you throw strikes. You know, it's tends to work out.
I mean, unless you're throwing them at the prune packers, I suppose.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2. That swung on and kind of chipped over to first base. He grabs that and thinks about an unassisted double play, but the runner gets back just in time. So 2 out.
That play's trickier than it looks too. When it's fisted and kind of spinning at you like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick up the depth and how hard it's hit.
Yep.
And everyone talks about how third base is the hot corner. First base can be just as hot sometimes.
Sure.
And especially with right-handed hitters, the spin you get off the bat and the way the ball comes at you, especially when you're trying to hold a runner on.
Top of the order, Neugebauer. This one gets away from Keys as the catcher, and the runner's going to make his way to second. Ball 1.
I would call that a pass ball.
So past ball, Stillman moves to second base.
I agree.
Liam agrees. It is a pass ball officially. Mark it. 2 out. Bunyard checks second briefly, looks home, comes home. It's taken inside. Ball 2.
Well, and especially we've talked about this summer, there isn't like a starting first baseman for the Crabs. So all these guys are mixing reps out there, so you don't get as many looks as you usually do, and you don't get to practice
2-0 inside. Ball 3.
at that one position all summer. So whether it's the pitcher running over to cover first or something fisted at you like that, or holding on the runner.
3-0 is taken, strike one.
There's a lot to worry about and a lot of things going on over at first base. It's not the easiest position to play.
Think of that line in Moneyball when that guy has to play first base, and he's like, is it hard? And the guy's like, it's very hard. 3-1 is swung on and sent out towards right. Enyart's going to have no trouble grabbing that one. And that is going to do it for the Chico Lone Wolves here in the top of the fifth. They will post a goose egg. The Crabs continue to lead by a score of 8-1, and they are up to bat here in the bottom of the fifth. Coming up next on more Humboldt Crabs baseball, brought to you all season long by Blue Lake Casino on ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back, and it looks like it is still going to be Danny Leal out there on the mound for the Chico Lone Wolves. He will face the bottom of the order, 6, 7, and 8, Osborne, Humphreys, and Johnson. I want to shout out my buddy Dr. Robert Margison there at the University of Denver. He is a Humboldt State alumni. I'm wearing a Humboldt State t-shirt tonight.
Yeah, you are.
Shouting out that old school there. He debated for Humboldt State and went on to coach at a state school in Colorado that his debaters ended my debate career while he was there doing that. And now he's at the University of Denver. He brought the Cal Poly Humboldt team over there, put him up in his house, let him compete at a tournament, our first tournament on the road since COVID. So that was...
He put him up in his house?
Yes.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, just a huge, huge thing that he did there.
Must
He's
be a
good
nice
friend
house.
of mine, listening right now on the radio. So, Rob, I said I'd call you out in the bottom of the fifth, and here it is.
Way to go, Rob. Way to be.
Done and done. All right, so that is going to bring up Daniel Osborne. He walked in the fourth along with a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, he was a part of a slew of walks, if you will.
Otherwise, he's 0 for 1. Crabs lead by a score of 8-1. Here's the pitch. That's swung on. Strike one.
Surprised he came out swinging there, especially with
That's a good
them
call.
having a hard time establishing. I'm like, you better bring it to me.
Yeah. I mean, for pace of the game, we could also just tell the Krabby hitters to swing away. Here's the 0-1. He takes that one for a strike. Strike two.
Well, we were talking about the other night the era of songs being attached to movies, and we'll get to that again after the pitch. It's one of those games where we might have to get deep into our pockets here.
We have lots to talk about, don't worry.
But we talked about the Will Smith era where if he was in a movie, he had a song. And, and then the My Heart Will Go On.
9 to 5 Dolly Parton, I think, is what started
Another
this
one
conversation.
started, a great one.
Here's the 1-2. Ooh, that's way inside. Ball two.
And then another one that I think is underrated is it's a Christmas one, so it's kind of seasonal, but Somewhere in My Memory from Home Alone.
Okay. Yeah,
you don't realize how good of a song that is.
2-2 swung on foul
until
straight
you're holding a 4 and a 6-year-old daughter on your couch on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's amazing how it hits you in the guts right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a parent just gets all the waterworks going when nostalgia tunes show up and you get
And
your
they're
kid
asleep and they have no idea, but I'm sitting there just weeping.
Yep, this is relatable. 2-2 is swung on way outside, and he fouls that one straight back, so he'll stay alive.
But another one is I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
From Armageddon, and I remember him on an interview, And he doesn't even remember the name of the song. He's like, I did that little song for Livy's movie, the asteroid one.
Yeah.
I don't want to kiss your thing.
That's not right.
And it's like, dude.
That's totally different. Here's the 2-2. That's outside ball 3.
It's like it was the biggest movie in the country.
When you mentioned it, I thought of the Bryan Adams song from the
Robin Hood?
Robin Hood, but that's
Oh.
is that the Bed of Roses song? Is that what
No,
that is?
that's a good one, too, though. That's Seal from
That's Seal
Batman.
From the Batman. He wrote that for a Batman movie. That's bonkers.
Yeah, that's the 90s,
Everything
baby.
I do for you. That's Bryan Adams. There's the payoff pitch, and that's taken for a walk.
And then they had the Three Musketeers remake where they got like Sting and Ryan Adams and Rod Stewart and I forget the fourth one.
So unnecessary for Three Musketeers.
It was just over the top, yeah. And then, but yeah, Steven Tyler, I should say, doesn't remember the name of the song.
Yeah.
And then he was like, it was, you could just tell it's like that's how much of a life he's lived.
There's a lot of songs that man has played.
He's like, I don't want to. It was that little movie Livy did. I forget what it's called. They're like Armageddon.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So Kyron Humphreys takes the first pitch for strike one. After Osborne walks, he stands over there on first.
Good take there by Kyron, like we said. Make him throw a strike.
I forgot to mention it when I shouted out Dr. Margison, but he won the 50-50 here when he was a student. He says that he won like $300. Here's the 0-1.
Good take. Yeah, that happened to me. I won the 50-50 once.
You did?
In the
Nice.
15 years that I've been here.
Benjamin
But it
has
was,
never won.
It was on a night like this, and I won
Right.
like $197.
This would be the night.
And
that
then
you
the
could do
next
it.
night, somebody else won $1,200,
Yeah,
and I was
it's
like,
literally
dang.
it was like $1,100 the other night. Here's the 1-1. That is inside. Ball 2.
Good at bat by Humphreys here, making him come to him. And like I said, it hasn't really shown up in the batting average category for Humphreys, but he's had some really good takes, some really good at bats. He's been competitive in the box all season.
2-1. He's played some good defense there in the outfield and
He's even pitched a little bit.
moved him around. I have not seen him pitch. That's
Yeah, they
interesting.
brought him in the ninth and some mop-up duty, and
Do you remember when that was? What game that was?
it's probably 3 weeks ago or so now. But I saw him throwing a bullpen, and he looked nice coming out of his hand.
Rad. 3-1 is inside, and he is going to walk. And he's a little upset about it, but it's his second
He
walk
wants
in a
to
row.
hit so
He
bad
does,
right
he
now.
does. He's bummed. Like, I get it. As a hitter, you want bat on ball, but you want to get on base more than anything. That's priority one.
Well, at least he's not alone in walking tonight.
Right.
It's not like he's the only one.
Yeah.
So
Well,
misery loves company, but
It's tough. It's like an 8-1 ball game, and you just got to keep playing the way you usually play, and that means you're just going to have to wait on a strike.
we might be waiting on a strike for a while here.
Yes, correct. Some of these games have not gotten out until 11:30. Buckle up. Everett Johnson steps in now. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Leal checks second a couple times. Kicks and comes home.
Another
That
ball.
is inside for yet another ball.
Well, I hope not. I got to go home and catch up on my stories. I've got a bunch of shows I got to watch. So I'm just kidding, but I'm not.
I'm so wired when I get home. If we get home at 11:30, I don't go to bed till like
yeah,
1.
I can't.
It's
yeah,
awful.
It takes a long time to unwind.
It really does. Here's the 1-0. That swung on and sent to third. He gloves that. Throws to second. Could be a double play ball, and it is. So Crabs go quietly after. Or wait, no, we still got one more out. So
yeah,
that
we
was
got to
just-
run around third with 2.
So that was a double play. So the runner made it to third. That's who I lost. I lost Osborne.
We got Tanner Keys, it looks like, coming up to the plate.
Yes, this will be Tanner Keys. He's singled in the fourth and flew out to the shortstop in the second.
Yeah, but it's wild, even in a game where there's a bunch of walks and you feel like you're going to fall asleep in the booth. You get home and you can't go to sleep.
Nope. Just wired. First pitch to Keys is taken, strike one. I was saying with Liam when I left the booth the other day to go listen or go watch the ball game with Kate, I took like 3 innings off, and it was just so quiet. It was just like, oh, wow. Here's the 0-1.
The
That is,
sounds of silence.
yeah, taken strike 2. And baseball is such a peaceful game to listen to. Like, I just love that. You know, it's just a quiet game, people chatting. You get those MLB, Zen baseball moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I buy into that. Oh, boy. He strikes him out with that one. Okay.
He came right after him.
He did. He came right after him. Tanner Keys strikes out to end the bottom of the 5th. The score remains 8-1. That's 1 run on 1 hit and 3 errors for the Chico Lone Wolves. 8 runs, 5 hits, no errors for your Humboldt Crabs. More baseball on the other side. This is ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the corner of 9th and F Street in downtown Arcata. We're talking about ambient sports sounds now in the Blue Lake Casino media booth. And Liam has a good point. Hockey has some good ambient sports sounds.
Great mic work in the hockey league.
The swish of the skates, the puck sounds, and of course the crunching of pads on the plexiglass. So it looks like Bunyard is still out there working here as we roll into the top of the 6th. He has pitched a pretty tidy game, 1 run on 1 hit. It's going to be McGuire, Porter, and Barnes, the 2, 3, and 4 hitter for the Lone Wolves.
He's done a good job of getting that 0 after we score some runs or after a long inning.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for him sitting for so long and then coming back out. He's done a pretty good job. First pitch is fouled off, strike 1.
Once that we talked about that with Jackson Kelly's no-hitter. You're up 8-0. Those are hard no-hitters to throw.
Sure.
The closest I ever came to a no-hitter, I was an hour out or 2 away. Oop, got him there.
Boy, he had nowhere to go to get away from that one.
He tried.
Yeah, he definitely tried a few moves, and he could not escape that ball. So McGuire's going to go to first, hit by a pitch. Hope he's okay. Looks like he's fine. There is some activity in the Crabs bullpen.
I would imagine with the pitch count, yeah.
I don't have the binoculars to figure out who it is, but it is a left-hander out there warming up for the Crabs. That's
But yeah,
bring in Porter. Cooper Olson warming up. Thank you.
When
Liam.
you're trying to throw a no-hitter and it's 2-1,
yeah,
you're more focused on like the win, and you
Right.
don't even realize.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When it's 8-0,
there's just
you
nothing else
get
to
to go
think about.
sit around and
And just ponder the whole time you're sitting there. So that pitch is taken outside, ball 1 to Porter.
And we brought it up on the telecast the other night, but Jackson Kelly, more of a soft-spoken kid, not very talkative, but he said that night it was probably the most social he's ever been. He was trying to talk to everybody. Everyone was doing the thing where they wanted to stay away from him. And
1-0 swung on and just
Jackson
foul.
wasn't having it. He's like, someone talk to me.
Strike 1
right now, please. This is going up and asking people for seeds and trying to talk to everyone. And
it's refusing to make eye contact and dumping all those seeds in his hand.
People are probably looking at him a little funny, like, I haven't talked to you really at all this summer.
That's fun.
But right now,
But now suddenly you want me to say something. Okay.
You're throwing a no-hitter. It's like, but you're not allowed to say it,
I'm Jackson Kelly. I am still on cloud 9, having no hit. The
What a
West
night.
Coast Kings in a 7-inning doubleheader game. That was outstanding.
Haters will say it was a 7-inning no-hitter.
1-1 on Porter, and he gets a piece of that kind of check-in, and it fouls off, so it'll be strike 2.
Well, and Liam mentioned it was a 7-inning no-hitter, but he did make it through the next inning and a half of his next outing.
Yep.
I said the haters will say.
Right.
The
Only
haters, sorry,
care
Liam,
about that
not
distinction,
Liam. The haters will say.
The haters will say that.
But he also kept his scoreless inning streak going to like 11, which was good.
1-2 to Porter, swung on and fouled. We'll do 1-2 again. That one went straight at the visitor dugout. Went right off someone's foot.
Throwing a no-hitter in general is just hard. I don't care.
Yeah.
Especially the way it funnels at the end of the game.
Yep.
the 7th, the 9th, it doesn't matter. When you have 3 outs to go and you're able to go out and get it done,
Well, and just
I
when
don't
it
care
comes
what
to
inning it is.
Just calories burned and working. That one's hit out towards left field.
hit well.
Humphreys is backing. He grabs it. Kind of stumbles a bit, but is able to squeeze that one. And there's one down. Like, when it comes to just, like, calories burnt on a game basis, the pitcher is running laps around all of the other players on the baseball team.
Yep.
Like, they are working their tail off.
Lots of seeds, lots of gum, lots of just
If they're just mowing them
chewing
down.
and spitting. And
Somebody pointed out on Twitter, it's amazing that baseball players snack while they play. And they said, can you imagine LeBron James coming off the bench with a mouthful of sunflower seeds? I'm just
yeah,
like,
no.
that's awesome. So this is Barnes now, I believe. And the first pitch his way is taken for a strike. Just basketball players spitting out seeds on the field, court.
Well, that's what's crazy is hockey players will pack like dips between their toes and their skates.
Oh, my gosh. 0-1 now is taken and gets away, but Keys corrals it. Strike 2.
As if spitting on the ice is frowned upon. I didn't
Right.
think there were really rules in hockey like that,
I
but
figure it would just make more ice, right? Just make the ice a little thicker. I don't know.
they don't seem to care because they'll have close-ups like
Yeah.
we were talking about of them. It's just
0-2. Swung on and zapped over
That's gonna
towards
fall,
the
yeah.
left field line, and it drops, and the runner is on his way to third. And that is Barnes who hit it, and he rolls into second base standing up. So it is 1 out and runners on second and third after that double by Barnes.
good job by Humphreys of getting over there. I think the outfielders in general were playing at a good depth there.
Yeah, that was one of those hits that as an outfielder you just dread because it's low and it's fast and it's arcing towards the line and it's fair.
Yeah, and if
And
you have
it's
to
just-
run backwards towards the line to get that, you're unable to get around it and make any kind of competitive throw. He was at the right depth there where all he had to do was go to his right to get it, and that's the reason the guy's still standing on third base.
Wyatt Denton now, he hit a double in the second and struck out in the fourth. He's got runners on second and third with 1 out. Crabs leading by a score of 8-1. First pitch home. This gets away from the
that's gonna be a
catcher, and
pass
that's going
ball.
to change the scoreboard. So McGuire comes home on a pass ball, and it is now 8-2 Crabs.
I'm not sure if that was a glove malfunction from Tanner Keys or if they got crossed up again, but him and Bunyard have not been on the same page completely all night. But that one, really a center cut fastball that just got right by him.
So Barnes moves to third on the passed ball, and Dunton waits on the 0-1. He swings on that and skies it out towards left. Humphreys is over there, seems to have found it. He grabs it and he comes home. The runner is on his way. The throw is cut off and not in time. So a productive out for Denton as Barnes comes home. 8-3 Crabs. That was 7 is where that went.
And Keys has a chance there with Bunyard coming to the plate to tell him, hey, my bad, man.
Luke Henderson, the first baseman, steps in. He struck out in the fourth and lined out in the second. Base is empty, 2 away. Bunyard comes home, swung on, strike 1. As a pitcher, at this point, do you appreciate the consistent opportunity to keep pitching? Are you, like, when you have a big lead, they can plate a bunch before you're ever in any trouble. Like, how do you feel in those circumstances? That one swung on and sent over towards left field, and oh, it's fair. That just barely landed fair, and that is going to be another double if he's safe. The ball gets away from Chapman, and luckily it's backed up over there by the pitcher.
Well, and right now, if I'm the pitching coach, I'm going to go out and just slow things down.
Yeah.
You got a guy warming. You don't necessarily have to bring him in. But
Jacko's
it's
on
getting a
his
little
feet, but
little
he's not.
sloppy out there, and I think at the very least, it looks like he's signaling
He's
down
signaling
to the pen.
with his
but
hat to the pen, but
at
they're
the,
not
at the
looking
very
at him.
least, I would take a visit.
If you're Bunyard, do you want that visit? Do you want to keep pitching? Is it different every time?
It depends. You don't want the visit from the manager.
Chopped to short. That's over to first across the diamond. Gets away from the first
yeah,
baseman.
we
The runner
that'll
makes
probably
his way to
be
third.
But it hasn't been Bunyard really. It's been
No.
sloppy play.
Is that a E? Thank you, Liam. So it's
Yeah,
a
no,
single
I mean, I want to
86.
pitch. I always want to pitch as long as I can in the game. But I think a mound visit just for everybody to collect themselves right now would be big.
Well,
And just to
Jacko's
give
not
the guy
moving.
time to warm up and to just tell the guy, hey, you got another hitter if you can get out of this with 2 outs.
So this is Nate Stillman. He takes the first pitch low and in the dirt for ball 1. There's runners on the corners now with 2 out.
Yeah, with 2 outs, you want to go out and you want your pitcher to fight you a little bit and say, hey, I want to give you an opportunity to get out of this if you can.
Right. Here's the 1-0. That swung on and popped up. It's probably out of play, but the first baseman's ranging that way, and it hits the concession hut.
Because Boneyard's thrown well, and we've gotten really sloppy this inning, but that trip to the mound isn't just for Bunyard. It's for Tanner Keys. It's for the errors that have been made. It gives everybody a chance to kind of gather themselves.
Bunyard has 6 strikeouts on 88 pitches. Here is the 1-1. That's swung on and sent towards right. Enyart charging, gets
Great
low
catch.
and grabs it. Gets his pitcher out of a jam there. Enyart fielding as well as he hits, as well as he pitches for
And that's
these
what you
Crabs.
want, is to be able to close out the inning.
Yep, absolutely.
So Bunyard feels well. I think that'll be it for him.
Should be, we will see. For now, it is 3 runs on 3 hits and 3 errors for the Chico Lone Wolves. 8 runs on 5 hits and 1 error for your Humboldt Crabs. We will bring you more Crabs baseball on the other side. This is ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the corner of 9th and F Street in downtown Arcata. Aaron Donaldson, Brendan Dixon, Tim Warner, and Liam Warner in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth, bringing you all the Crabs baseball here on this cool Tuesday night in July in Arcata. There's more baseball, Crabs, Lone Wolves tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Make sure you're here for that. And then Friday, 7 o'clock, Saturday, 6:30, Sunday, 12:30, we will host the Placer County Paleoteros for the final series of 2026 Crabs baseball.
We turned it over to Manoa here at the top.
First pitch his way is taken, strike 1.
When we talked about it, I'm really happy for Bunyard because the line score doesn't show as well as he threw tonight. That was really a sloppy inning for the Crabs, but it's a great feeling to get through that inning and not get, give yourself a chance to get out of it. And like we said, I think he's done for the night. But to finish it out is a great feeling, and to have that confidence from your coaches to be able to do so is huge.
2-1 now is the count on Chapman as he takes 2 consecutive balls. Leal at the belt, kicks and comes home. That's slapped towards short, and he gloves it.
And then that catch by Enyart, that's one of the toughest ones. When the ball's hit right at you like that, it's hard to read if your first step's going to be in or back. And then especially that one had some slice to it.
Yep.
So made a great read immediately and had to. And because of his quick reaction, was able to react to the tailing of the ball and come in and get it as well. So
first pitch to Harrington's outside, ball 1.
Made it look easier than that is. That was a tough play because it wasn't an absolute seed hit at him.
No.
It was kind of a dying quail.
Right. He's kind of just dropping out there, and he got under it. 1-0 to Harrington is high, 2-0.
And especially with runners on right there and to try to stop a rally that was kind of mounting, you got to be sure when you dive for something like that.
You've got it. So that one's towered out to center field. Back there is Neugebauer. He's going to grab that just in front of the warning track. He had to reach for it.
Yeah, he got there, and then I think he
the
didn't.
left fielder?
He wasn't as close as he thought. No, the center fielder caught it.
Okay, but the left fielder threw it in. So, all right.
I think he tossed it to him just to be like, I've done my job. But yeah, when you're out and right like that too, and it's tailing towards their bullpen, there's no one behind you. If that ball gets by you, you got to make sure that if you dive, you're making the right decision.
Here's Arriola now at the plate. He takes the first pitch for a strike.
Good pitch.
He has hit 2 sacrifice flies today and walked once.
And some of these guys are finding the strike zone with their breaking ball more than they are with their fastball. So whatever you can establish the strike zone with.
0-1, taken ball 1.
But you'd like to have more than one pitch that you're throwing for a strike because everyone can see a wrinkle out of your hand. So if you're just throwing curveball for strikes, it's not going to be something you can dine on.
Gonna eat your lunch. Here's the 1-1.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, checks his swing, and I think it's a ball. Yep, ball 2.
Yeah, not a quick trigger on the umpire tonight.
No.
He's been
It drives me nuts.
taking a second to let us know what's going on.
I try so hard to be timely, and sometimes you just have to wait. 2-1 to Arriola now is taking strike 2.
That one must have just caught the outside corner.
I just am dying for TrackMan because I am deeply suspicious, but
It's not going to
frequently wrong.
change. It's not going to change what they do out there, though, Aaron.
It just makes me feel righteous and smug. Here's the 2-2. That's
work.
a great shot from Arriola. His first hit of the night is sent right down the left field line. He turns the corner but thinks better of it and makes his way back to first base. So Arriola is over there with a 2-out single.
And that's what we were talking about just now with throwing that breaking ball. Is Arriola able to sit on it there? He had been working breaking ball away, breaking ball away, breaking ball away. So Arriola had a chance to time it, see it deep, and he hit it right where it was pitched. And if you're not going to be able to work all the quadrants and go in and out and up and down, then these guys are going to start sitting on it. And especially now the second time for some of these guys seeing him.
First pitch to Enyart is swung on, strike 1.
Like you said, they're gonna eat your lunch. And I think we're due for a yardie party right now. That would be great.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but we're due.
0-1, and that's taken for a ball. There's not very many people here, but there are enough folks to shout freeway at Adam Enyart because most people here know he can put it there.
I was very proud. Somebody yelled the other night, one of our hecklers said, it's a yardie party and you're not invited.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. 1-1, swung on and fouled. 1-2.
Because not everyone's, it's got to be pretty exclusive. You got to show ID. You got to be on a list to get into the yardie party.
You got to be wearing one of those cool Crabs uniforms,
Yep.
not one of those out-of-town uniforms.
You could be wearing an Adam Enyart jersey.
Right. Then you're
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm getting in. I'm walking right by the line at this point.
pretty cool. 2 out, runner on first. Enyart waits on the 1-2, swings
Ooh,
on it,
that'll
and that's
work.
got a chance. It does. It drops fair down the left field line. Sprinting around is Arriola. He slides into third. Enyart's into second for a double. And the Crabs have a 2-out rally cooking here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yardie party!
That is Enyart's 12th double of the season. He leads the team in that category.
You know, and that wasn't a yardie rager. That wasn't when the cops are going to show up and break up. That was more of like a yardie kickback.
Yeah.
Kind of a group of friends hanging.
Yeah, a couple red cups, little little table tennis
One
or
noise
something.
complaint. Yeah.
Yeah, one noise complaint, sure. Here's Pickett, and he takes the first pitch for strike one.
You got a nosy neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we might be able to keep it going if everyone can be quiet when the cops show up. We might be able to keep things going.
Here's the 1-2. That is swung on. It is currently 7-3, and there's stomping and clapping from the Arcata crowd. I love that. Never satisfied. They want to see him just rip this one open.
Yep. 2-out nightmare would be great here.
It would. It's been quite the rally with 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. That is swung on.
Good job of fighting that off there. That was one of those good breaking balls. We've seen Bunyard do it a lot where they start it right at the hitter's belt and it comes back over the inside of the dish. And that's why I don't have a problem hitting a guy or moving his feet, because you establish that.
0-2 again, swung on, fouled back. We'll do it a third time.
I thought he got a piece of the catcher's glove right there, but I
That
guess
did kind of look that
I guess
way.
not.
Might be a pinch hitter on deck there for Osborne. So here's the pitch. That's popped up towards left field. Stillman is standing in place. He grabs that one, and that is going to finish the inning for the Crabs. But it remains a score of 7-3. Sorry, 8-3. Yep, 8-3. The line was behind the pole. That's 3 runs on 3 hits and 3 errors for the Chico Lone Wolves. 8 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for your humble Crabs. We'll be back with more Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to 888 F Street in Arcata. The Crabs have made a change on the mound. Taking over for Nathan Bunyard is Cooper Olson. The first pitching change of every Crabs game is brought to you by the North Coast Co-op. Olson has a 2.02 ERA. He's pitched 13.1 innings, 17 hits in that time, 10 runs, 3 of those are earned. He struck out 7 and walked 1.
Yeah, kind of a frustrating summer, but I think, like you said, 10 runs, but only 3 of them earned. He hasn't gotten a lot of innings, but the other night they brought him into a game, and it was more of a lefty-lefty situational thing. And he did his job, but then they came to get him, and that can be frustrating when you're throwing well. But he threw really well, and they had to make way for a righty to come in. But shout out to Cooper for letting me use his glove to warm up before I threw my embarrassing first pitch
Your
tonight.
Blistering atom bomb of a pitch.
Yeah, 92 just outside the zone.
So Lucas Owens is going to step in and pinch hit for the 9-hitter Cole Martinez now.
Which is a bold move. They see a lefty coming in. They say, hey, let's send a lefty to the dish. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So left on left. Olson's first pitch of the night is taken. Strike 1.
Good spot.
Moon coming up over the hills now. If you're watching on YouTube, the score bug is probably blocking it, but it is gorgeous. It's big and yellow and round and just above the hills over there. Love it. Evening has arrived. Here's the 0-1. That's
good
swung
pitch.
on, strike 2. Olson getting out in front.
Yeah, I remember living in McKinleyville during COVID. We'd get a moon like this, and at 8 o'clock every night, our neighborhood would go out, and everybody knew by like the 3rd week of COVID that you went out and held at the moon at 8 o'clock at night.
I remember that. 0-2. Boy, that looked like it was going to hit him, but it broke back inside. Ball 1.
And I was trying to tell my brother about it, and he needed to use my truck for something. So he came over, and he heard all the howls. He's like, what's going on? I was like, oh, we do that every night at 8. That's just what it is.
1-2. That's chopped straight back foul. We'll do 1-2 again. Well, this would be a good night to look at the moon with a telescope. It is fully lit up.
And if you're feeling it, go out and howl at the moon.
Yeah, why not?
Green light.
Yep.
Go get it.
You've gotten the green light from Dixon, so
that's right. It's
hopefully
Tuesday.
We can hear you from the ballpark. Yeah, why not? Here's the 1-2. That swung on and chopped towards second base. Chapman charges, gloves it, underhands it to first.
Woo!
1 away.
Manoa getting a little frisky there. You don't know if I would underhand that. Maybe with a little more tenacity, a little more fury behind it. But he kind of lollipopped that. But whatever. Job done nonetheless. Because the first baseman doesn't necessarily know that's coming.
Right.
He's like, whoa.
You got to really slow underhand it. Make sure he sees it.
He's ready to try to stretch, or something. And then it's just like, boo, right over to him.
Neugebauer strides in. He is 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Olsen comes home, swung on, fouled straight back, strike
Love
one.
Olsen's pace. Love the way he's filling it up right now.
Pitching quick and throwing strikes. Keep it up.
On the mound, waiting on the hitter. We love that. We've talked about that. Come right at him.
That makes me happy. You taught me to look for that, and it makes me happy to see. 0-1. That swung on and hit right up the gap. So that's going to be a one-out single for Neugebauer. First hit of the night for him.
Don't mind that. Good breaking ball. Guy sat on it well.
Gives me a chance to say it's time for our new favorite game on the radio called Is This a Crab?
Oh, here we go.
We all know or should know the difference between true crabs, wonders of the sea, and false crabs, the dastardly imposters. The rules are simple. You can't use any resources besides your knowledge and your guts. I'm going to give you a crab, and you tell me is it true or false. Today's catch is hermit crab. Is the hermit crab a true or a false crab?
And
Here's
I'm 2 for
McGuire.
3.
So this is the rubber round.
Uh-huh.
First pitch to McGuire is taken, strike one. You got to guess. It's time to pull the trigger.
The hermit crab is real. Everyone knows that.
The hermit crab is real, but it is a false crab. A dastardly imposter of a crab.
Is it because of the shell?
The reason it's so reclusive is because it is ashamed. If you got that right, congratulations. You know your crabs. Here's the 0-1. That is taken inside for a ball, 1-1.
You button hooked me. What is?
Hey, I didn't do it.
Is it the shell?
This is the scientist.
What is it?
You'd have to ask the scientist, but the true crab, false crab distinction is apparently about evolution. They separate it off.
I want to review.
There are things that look like crabs, like hermit crabs, that are not crabs. Here's the 1-1. That swung on foul over towards the visitor dugout.
They're just another crustacean. They're not technically a crab.
Technically not a true crab. The word crab, I learned in devising this game, the word crab is older than the method used to designate what true and false crabs are.
I had a hermit crab growing up, I think.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
They outgrow their shells fast.
Here's the 1-2. That swung on, sent
That'll
right back to the
work.
pitcher, but he can't grab it. Chapman's there. He steps
Good
on
play.
second. He throws to first. Double play. Manoa Chapman just getting the job done out there at second base, hopping on it, throwing over to first, getting Olsen out of a tidy inning. So it is 1-2-3 for the Chico Lone Wolves here in the top of the seventh, and the Crabs still lead by a score of 8-3. We'll be back with more exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM right after this. Welcome back. The Crabs still lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score of 8-3. The moon has risen over the hills. Evening has settled in here on the North Coast as the last week of Crabs baseball is underway. If you haven't yet come down to the ballpark, your opportunities are limited.
You'll miss it when it's gone.
You will. Baseball tomorrow, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then it is the unofficial end of summer as far as Aaron is concerned. In Benjamin's words, 10 long, cold months of winter set in.
But at least we have a Connor Fitzgerald documentary to keep us warm through the winter.
Yes.
Lou's team, as mentioned, released on YouTube. 9 a.m. as of last Sunday morning, and we'll be there, and it's a good one.
Could be a pinch hitter here.
Anane.
Oh, this is Anane Wilson. First pitch his way is taken strike one. So he's in for Daniel Osborne in the 8th spot, I believe. Anane swings on the second pitch he sees, strike 2.
Good cut. Pulled his head a little bit. Flew open a little bit. But when you see a hanging breaking ball like that, you're ready to turn and burn. He just turned and burned a little too early.
0-2 to Wilson. He takes ball 1. This is still Danny Leal out there.
Yeah, I think they're in a situation where they're kind of gonna air him out.
Sure. As long as he's throwing strikes.
There's people going down to the bullpen, but they don't look like they're in a rush.
1-2 is taken, ball 2.
And I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
any
a
of
very
them
casual walking pair of
Yeah,
people
I don't
there.
know if one of them's a catcher. They might just be going down there to hang out. Maybe have a hot dog.
2-2 to Wilson is swung on and popped up out towards right field. Shortstop's out that way, but it is the right fielder who comes in and gloves it 1 away.
He's really living and dying with that breaking ball right now.
For real, yeah. .66 at first pitch, 60 degrees now here at 9 o'clock. And that's going to bring in Kyron Humphreys. He has walked 3 times tonight.
He wants to hit so bad too.
Just gonna.
And
If he
he's
sees a
just
strike, he's
the
gonna
last
come
time.
unglued.
Last time he walked, it's almost like he's like, no, I'll
Yeah.
take another.
Yeah. So he takes that one up and in. You can tell he's like disgusted.
It reminds me of when Albert Bell got hit and was like, no.
Yeah.
And the umpire was like, no, go to second or go to first. And Albert Bell's like, no.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's not how the game works,
You
but you're
don't-
huge
you
and
don't-
scary, and
yeah.
I don't know what to say to you right now.
Right. 1-0. That's swung on and hit loudly by Humphreys, but it is foul.
Yeah, he's hungry right now.
Yeah, he's got a big smile on his face because he swung for that one and it was loud contact, but he sent it over towards the picnic area there by
When
right
he's-
field.
He's throwing that curveball enough to where now you can kind of sit on it. So it'd be a great time for Kyron to put a barrel on something.
1-1 is outside, taken. Ball 2.
Almost exclusively at this point, just flipping it over. And Kyron has done a great job. In his defense, he hasn't chased tonight. He's taken the walks.
2-1, swings big
Oof.
on that one, strike 2.
But, yeah, ready to hit, frustrated. But he's been on base. He's been productive.
Yeah, 3 walks is winning. As a hitter, it may not always feel that way, but that's getting it done. 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's fouled straight back. We'll do it again.
Just missed that one.
Bat Boy brings a couple more out to the ump. He's got a pocket full of baseballs now. Humphreys is resetting his helmet. Batting left-handed. Steps into the box. Right-handed pitcher waiting out there on the mound. That's Leland. He sets, steps, kicks, comes home. That
Good
was
take.
Taken and
Oh,
brings
my
him up on it.
Goodness. Was that a late call from the umpire? And the crowd's faithful letting them know it.
Just all sorts of cheerful advice from this happy Arcata crowd. The score is 8-3, and they are still really upset about what may well have been a blown call there by the ump. But
Well, and just the delay.
yeah,
Like, just wait till tomorrow to call it. It's
Right.
like send him an email and let him
Yeah.
know he struck out.
there's literally a fan like pulling her hair out in the front row right now. She is upset.
Poor lady, rightfully
Yeah.
so.
So Everett Johnson steps in now. First pitch his way is taking strike 1.
I'm actually surprised they're not being more aggressive with that. He's just flipping it in.
So 2 out, nobody on. 8-3 ball game here at the bottom of 7. That swung on towards short, bounces a couple times. He scoops, throws across the diamond.
He pulled his foot.
Cleanly
Yep.
picked, but off the bag. They're going to call that an E6. And Johnson is aboard with a 2-out reach on an error.
And that's a close one, but yeah, I think it's an E6. He had enough time to come up and gather himself. It wasn't like he was going back into the hole and throwing it against his body.
He did. He like kind of clutched before he threw. He
Yep.
had a minute to.
Yep. Not an easy play,
No.
but an error.
No, you would never see me in shortstop for any reason at all. It would be a disaster.
Me either.
Right. So Tanner Keys steps in. First pitch towards him is a strike. He has struck out, flown out, and singled. Oh and 1, 2 out, runner on first. Leal comes home. That swung on and dribbled towards the third baseman. He scoops that, throws all the way across the diamond, and that is finally going to do it for the Crabs here in the bottom of the seventh. It is 3 runs on 4 hits and 4 errors for the Chico Lone Wolves. 8 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for your Humboldt Crabs. We'll be back with more exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark. The Humboldt Crabs lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score of 8-3. We are here in the top of the 8th, and it is Cooper Olson out there on the mound for his second inning of work. He came on in relief last inning for Nathan Bunyard.
Did a great job.
Pitched a really good game, and Olson had a pretty tidy inning too, so be good to see that continue. A couple tidy innings here get us out of this one. Punch one more win.
The wind
for these
has
Humboldt
changed a little
Crabs.
bit. Did we just feel a breeze up here?
Yeah, it's kind of swirling around just a little bit. So Olson is going to face Porter, Barnes, and Denton, unless we have any pinch hitting. This is Tyler Porter, number 23, stepping in.
See that easily with all the names we have now? That could have been one name.
Right.
Porter Barnes sounds like somebody that would play for,
It does.
you know.
And Porter, Barnes, and Denton sounds like a law firm.
Yes, it does. LLC.
Yeah. So Porter is 0 for 3 today. He struck out and flew out twice. Jamie Mullen is 4th in the Pacific Empire League with 7 home runs. Enyart 1st in the RBI category. First pitch to Porter's outside, strike 1. Stolen bases, the Crabs have the 3rd and 4th most in the Pacific Empire League with Colton Boardman, who has stole 20, and Alex Harrington, who stole 18. Those are the league leaders for hitting in the Pacific Empire League. As that
Played
one's
perfectly right there.
hit towards first, scooped up, stepped on the bag, one away. So that's 3 unassisted, and that's going to bring in Jamison Barnes. Barnes has doubled and walked, and he was hit by a pitch in the second.
And another great job by Cooper of getting ahead, throwing strikes, letting his defense work. Good pace, back on the bump, looking in from the belt.
So here's the first pitch to Barnes. He takes ball 1.
Just breaking balls abound tonight. Everybody's just throwing the bender.
Scoreboard has 1-1, so 1-1 on Barnes, 1 out. Oh, okay. So 1-0 on Barnes. There we go. I hear you, Liam, and I appreciate your labor. Yeah, I just always assume you're right. And so 2-0 now on Barnes. We're missing Jack Sparks here in the media booth the greatest scoreboard operator in the Pacific Empire League, uncontested.
Even when it's flashing fives like the
Fives,
other
five.
night. And
God, that was amazing when the fans
was-
started chanting
I
five,
could-
five, 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 five.
especially because we had fireworks coming too. The wheels totally fell off for us. It wasn't our fault. It wasn't
No.
anything that we had control
No,
of.
brand new
But
scoreboard even. Like,
the scoreboard didn't know where it was.
No.
The players are running off the field. The umpires don't know what to call. I asked them about it afterwards. Nobody had a clear answer.
yeah.
They're like,
pretty
well,
fun.
it was because
But the
he
crowd
missed
knew what to
third.
do.
I was like, well, there was only one out. And they're like, well,
That was so confusing.
everybody else was running off the field. I was like,
Yeah.
that's what we were saying in the booth. I think everyone was just running off the field.
because they saw their teammates do it. The 2-0 swung on and fouled straight up. Pretty exciting, and it drops behind us. There were a couple kids in front who thought they might have a chance, but 2-1 now on Barnes.
Love the enthusiasm, though. That kid obviously
Ready.
would have caught it if he could.
Ready.
Or he would have at least shouted at it. He definitely did that.
Did shout a few times. He communicated well. It's what you want from an outfielder.
And he didn't yell "run away,"
Right.
so that was
Right.
good.
Here's the 2-1. That swung on and chopped towards third, but it's going to roll foul.
Makes me think of Monty Python. Run away!
Run away.
Run away!
Run away. Brave Sir Robin ran away. I like the part when they say, when danger reared its mighty head, Sir Robin bravely turned and
No, I
fled."
didn't.
Never happened. Eminently quotable movie. If you start me, I'll go through the whole thing. Here's the 2-2 now. That is.
No, I was
just
I was
dropped in
raised
there,
on
ball
that,
three.
and my dad was a Monty Python nerd. We had the entire catalog of Flying Circus on
There you go.
DVD.
Yeah, my parents came up watching that when they dated. Made sure to give us the dose growing up.
The Silly Walk Aside
Yeah.
Society
Yeah.
and all of
Here's the payoff pitch. That swung on and fouled. We'll do it again. I was listening to Novel Writing Live from Wessex the other day where they
Sure.
do the play-by-play of someone writing a novel.
Yeah.
And now that I do this, it is just even funnier. It was funny then, and it is funny
if
now.
it was 15-3, I think me and you might be right
just
there
start
today.
reading it. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
riffing.
Yeah. Here's the payoff pitch again. That swung on and
Ball's
hit
hit
pretty
well.
well towards the gap. Loud contact.
Got a guy there.
Center fielder waves, grabs it. Daniel Osborne out there retreating deep into the 394 hole, but coming back with that baseball. 2 out.
Yeah, the Knights who formerly say knee.
Yeah.
That's
Well, every time we see a bush, we say a shrubbery in our house. We get very excited about shrubberies with a little path. A path.
that's how I know if you've seen it or not. Because if I say shrubbery and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, never mind.
Never mind.
Shoot.
When they argue about strange women laying around in ponds distributing swords, that whole scene
Yeah.
is like one of my favorite. It's probably one of my favorite arguments on screen. I think
Exactly.
that's it. Here's Wyatt Denton now. First pitch his way is taken, strike one. If I called myself an emperor
Yeah.
just because she'd lobbed a scimitar at me, they'd put me away.
Help! Come! I'm being oppressed.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1. That's hit pretty well towards the gap, same spot, but this is a little shallower. Olson's waiting on it now. He's got it. 2 down.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
I must have missed an out. Oh, I did miss an out. That's the final out of the inning. So the Chico Lone Wolves go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 8th, and the Crabs still lead by a score of 8-3. We'll be back with more exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. We are back in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth. Aaron Donaldson, Brendan Dixon, Liam Warner, and Tim Warner bringing you Crabs baseball on this, the 28th day of July. The Crabs lead by a score of 8-3 as we enter the bottom of the 8th. And I believe there's a new pitcher on the mound.
It looks like it, yep.
Yeah, number 5. See if I can figure out who that is. I've got a list. Just have to find that number.
And once their last pitcher settled in, he did a pretty good job.
Braden Lohse. Lohse.
Who's he relieving?
He is relieving Danny Leal.
Danny Leal did a good job.
So Braden Lohse. This is the 4th pitcher of the night for the Chico Lone Wolves. They started with Chance Howard. Jacob Heiser came in for a cup of coffee, and then Danny Leal relieved him. And now it's Braden Lohse here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
And we got the top of the lineup with Manoah and Alex Harrington coming up, and we've got young Giacomini down there doing his bat routine that he does.
Yeah, Tristan Giacomini has all of the aura in the Arcata ballpark.
If he doesn't end
during
up
the
playing
inter
baseball,
innings.
he could be a drum major at this point.
Go out for Cirque du Soleil, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows what he's capable
Yeah,
of?
when he swings at the end, he's got a big swing.
He does. He does. We're going to have to shorten that up, but
Yep. So this brings up Manoah Chapman. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. Doubled in the 1st, walked in the 4th, and flew out to shortstop in the 6th. Lohse looks in. Now he's at the belt. Kicks and fires. Big swing from Chapman. Strike 1.
and I will say Lohse, just watching him warming up, had a much better warm-up session than the last couple of pitchers. Was around the dish quite a bit, and he's ready to go get in and out or something after the game. He's looking to get this wrapped up.
Oh, you had to say in and out. Now I'm hungry. Chapman slaps that one towards the gap. This could be his 2nd double of the game. He trucks around first. He's still running towards second. The throw is offline and bounces over to first base. It is the 2nd double of the game for Manoah Chapman.
That's not going to help his double-double plans, but still
But it's a
throwing
double-double
strikes.
for Chapman.
It's a double-double
his
for
2nd
Chapman. I
double
see
of
what
the
you did
night.
there. I didn't even mean to
that
tee you up like that, but here we go.
Yeah, you put it out there. I'll swing the ball. The bat, swing the ball. No, okay. Alex Harrington now is going to step in. Chapman on 2nd. Harrington has walked once. He's, I guess he's 1 for 3. I don't know what happened to him in the 1st, except that he got on. My book is missing that code. So Lohse comes home. That's outside ball 1.
Skip that one in there. Good take by Harrington.
I think it's me and Liam tomorrow on the broadcast for the 2nd part of this series, and then again on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And then hopefully the Professor Benjamin will be back on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I think, with you.
Yeah,
and
with me.
Sunday with Liam.
I'll get all the Mexico deets that we can get.
Yeah, here's the 1-0.
Hopefully he brings back a sombrero for me to wear.
It's a ball. Yeah, we need a journalist to ask all the tough questions. There's a "We will rock you" chant going in the ballpark with an 8-3 score.
There's literally dozens of people stomping right now.
I'm here for it.
I'm all about it.
Lohse sets. Here's the 2-0. That's
No.
whoa, way inside. The throw to 2nd. Oh man, they almost got him. If
I
he
think
was
they
able
would've
to
if-
keep
yeah.
the ball in the glove, they'd have had him. But he gets back and the ball squirts out of the glove there, so Chapman is safe. And Harrington has a 3-0 count, and he just learned to do the limbo.
He had just bounced that one to the plate before, so I think Manoah got a really good secondary there. And if even though the ball didn't get away from the catcher, I think John Bryant was saying, hey, if he bounces another one, get a strong secondary and end up on 3rd. And I told you that John Bryant said to Alex Harrington that he has a standing green light, but as long as he's safe.
As long as he's safe.
Yep.
Here's the 3-0. That's
That'll
shot
work.
right back towards the pitcher. It's going to bounce over the bag. Harrington is burning around 3rd. The throw to home is just a little late. Harrington comes across standing. Let's see here. No, that's Chapman coming around. Harrington makes his way out with a double. So Chapman comes across. Harrington gets the RBI. 9-3. Go Crabs, go.
And, that was a closer throw than I thought initially was going to happen at the plate. But that's another one with the green light to throw from center field that you got to know you have a really good chance, because now the runner's on second. If you cut it, you succeed the run when you're down, 5.
Right.
And you hold the guy at first, and now you still have a double play.
Sure. So it looks like we're going to have
was a
another
short leash.
pitching change for the Chico Lone Wolves as they bring in a reliever. And while they do that, we'll throw it back to the Humboldt Hill Studios. We'll bring you more Crabs baseball after 60 seconds of words from our sponsors. We'll be back on ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back to the Arcata Ballpark as the Chico Lone Wolves have made yet another change on the mound. This is Jordan Riley. It could also be Nick Anderson out there warming up. Whoever's wearing number 4. Jordan Riley on the lineup sheet, so we're going to go with that.
It might be one of those Hispanic naming culture things where his name's Jordan Riley Nicholas Anderson.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Just saw some neighbors from the Cahill area. Hannah, some of Callum's friends, Ava, all of them watching this baseball game. That makes me happy. So Ariola's going to step in now. And he's going to face the first pitch.
Good at bat his last time up. Lined it right over the third baseman's head.
He's got a runner out there on second. Here's the pitch. He takes for ball 1.
Lots of walks, lots of errors for the Lone Wolves tonight, not doing themselves any favors. Lots
No.
of batters that falling behind, lots of first pitch balls.
I might try to count up the walks in the inter-inning.
It's going to take a sec.
It will. Here's the 1-0. That's inside ball 2.
But yeah, a lot of 2-0 counts, a lot of 1-0 counts.
Yep, a lot of hitters counts tonight.
Yep. And then a lot of walks. A lot of non-hitters counts.
Right.
There's a lot of walking counts.
I feel like at least 3 of these 9 runs were walked in.
For sure.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, strike
Ooh.
2 or strike 1.
Ariola getting aggressive there.
Yeah, caught just a piece of it. Moon making its way up into the sky over left field there.
I like it for the pace of the game to swing at that, but I also am like,
Right.
throw a strike first, you know?
Yeah, there's good batting,
Yeah,
and then there's
I mean-
charitable ball play.
Yeah.
And right now I'm asking for the latter.
Yeah, it's a gentleman's sport
Yeah.
sometimes.
2-1. That's chopped towards the gap. Second baseman
Oh,
dives, but
what?
can't get to it. So that's going to be a single for Ariola. It's going to move Harrington over to third. And it will bring Adam Enyart to the plate. Enyart has doubled once, singled twice, and struck out.
And I was actually surprised they didn't have Harrington on the move there, because that would give Ariola a shot at second. And when they've tried to steal second with Ariola the past couple games, it has not really worked out.
Right.
So now we have a double play situation, but it is 9-3.
Right.
So strategery, if you will, might be out the window at this point. They're probably just station to station.
So 16, Enyart waits on the pitch. That is taken, strike 1.
Or Jason went up to them and said, "Give me another shot. I'll get to second this time. Just give
We don't
me a
have anything to lose.
I'm going to get a good secondary. I swear I can steal second. I promise you."
0-1 to Enyart. Riley comes home.
That's a strike.
Taken, strike 2.
Inyard doesn't agree.
Man, I don't know who she is heckling down front, but she's
Bless her
got some
heart.
pipes on her.
Yeah.
She's getting it done. 0-2. Swings on that one. Loud contact out towards center field.
That'll
but
get
it
a
looks
job
like it's
done.
going to stay in the park. Center fielder grabs it. Harrington tags up. Comes home. And it is 10-3 Crabs.
No at bat and an RBI there for Yardy. So again, kind of just a Yardy hangout, not much of a party.
Yeah, it's a little chill.
Just a couple people,
Yeah.
kind of a kickback.
Plates a run. I'll take it.
Doing a job though, constantly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give away all my picks, but I think it's fair to assume who's going to be the Crabs MVP this season. I don't think that's much of a spoiler alert
That's where my votes would go.
for my my choices.
First pitch to Pickett's wrapped out towards center. Loud contact.
Tough
swinging.
read.
Oh,
Woo.
boy. He drops way back, reaches way up. It comes down with it. And that's going to send Jason Arriola scampering back. That looked like it had a real chance there, but center fielder, I think that's Nugebauer out there. It is. Did a great job bringing that one in.
But yeah, those will be talked about on K-Hum Radio at 9:30 next Tuesday, and then the issue will be a part of
Fun. First pitch to Osborne. This is not Osborne. This is Anane Wilson. Is taken for ball one.
It's worked out that way the last several years, which is great because you get to find out where the best burritos are and who the best Crabs players are
Fun.
on the same day.
1-0 fouled straight back. 1-1. I picked up that issue on the Arcata Playhouse. That was kind of a fun read by
Yeah.
Jennifer Fumiko Cahill there.
She does a great job.
She
Shout out to
does.
Jen. What's up, Jen?
Yeah, big fan. Big fan.
My editor, my boss, if you will.
1-1 on Wilson. He takes ball two.
Anane showed a little pop this year. It'd be fun to see him get into something in the gap here. Woo.
Swings at that one, strike two.
Hasn't cheated himself with the swings tonight either. Good aggressiveness, has taken some good hacks. Just pulled off one his last time up. Yanked his head a little bit. But if he can stay close and see it a little deeper, I think we'll be in business.
2-2 count, 2 out, runner on first. Crabs lead by a score of 10-3. Boy, that's inside. I thought that was going to clip his uniform, but it does not. Count goes full.
He tucked his shirt in too much.
Yeah, right. Were you a stirrups guy? Did you wear
Oh,
the
yeah.
pants down
No,
low? How'd you
nope,
do that?
nope. I was a huge Barry Zito fan and Will
Okay.
Clark fan growing up, so
Runner goes, payoff pitch, it's a walk.
those are my top two favorite players of all time. And I wasn't even a pants up socks guy. I got the actual syrups with the white sanitaries underneath.
There you go. That's doing it right. You got to lean into the baseball look.
Yep.
So Anane Wilson is on first with a walk. That is Jason Arriola out there on second, and Kyron Humphrey steps in looking for his first hit of the night. He's walked 3 times and struck out once. Big swing there, strike one. He's had some great at-bats.
Great at bats, and he's ready.
Looking to put bat on ball.
And get the barrel through the zone here. He's got a lot of movement, a lot of stuff going on. If he can punch with that top hand and get that barrel through the zone as long as it can be there, he's going to be in business. Less is more sometimes with an athlete like him. He can do a lot of damage.
Oh boy,
Without
is inside.
having to do a lot to generate it. Some guys get into the stride and the leg kick and the hand loads and stuff, and I'm like, he could put one onto the freeway just by flicking his wrist.
Well, you hear people talk about how baseball is frequently a do less sport.
Yeah, I think less is more. That's what when I coach, that's what I say. I'm like, just throw your hands.
1-1. Swings at that one, strike two.
And I think at this level, too, I've talked about it with a lot of the players. You know, they teach you when you're growing up and you're in Little League to pull the knob of the bat towards the pitcher's feet and stuff like that. When you get to this level, you've been doing that, and the guys are throwing so hard that I think that's just kind of a natural reaction. I think focusing on punching that top hand and getting the barrel through the zone is way more important. I think innately you're going to start your front side.
1-2's taken, brings him up, strike three.
And that's tough.
Boy, that is tough for Anane Wilson. He's had some really good at-bats tonight, but he goes down with the strikeout there, but not before the Crabs can plate 2 more. It's 3 runs on 4 hits and 4 errors for the Chico Lone Wolves, 10 runs on 10 hits and 1 error for your Humboldt Crabs. We'll be back for the top of the 9th here on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark. The Crabs have sent Eli Fogelman with his sidearm delivery out there to finish up this game here in the top of the ninth. They lead the Chico Lone Wolves by a score of 10-3. Looking at the Pacific Empire League leaders, the ERA category, Bunyard ended the season in third place behind Michael for the Potters and Hernandez for the Rogues. He has a .79 ERA. In PEL games. Wins, Miles Oliver is fourth with 4 wins. Strikeouts, this is pretty cool. The Crabs have 3, 4, and 5. Miranda with 48, Kelly with 47, and Enyart with 42. Saves, Adam Enyart is in second place with 2. When you lead, or you're in the leader group for strikeouts, saves, and RBIs, that's a good case for an MVP vote.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad one.
I say if you could strike someone out and hit a home run, you're just automatically my MVP.
That's how he did it last year.
And I think he's doing that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, I would be interested. The point streak got rid of all the stats from last year, which really stinks because I'd be curious to know what Enyart's home runs tally was for last year. I know he
had more. He had much more. He was like in the 12 to 13 range. I think he had 12, and I think Sewell had 13.
That sounds right.
But he was one off the home run lead. He led in RBIs, and he was second in average. So
Henderson, Obos, and Stillman step up. Henderson swings at the first pitch he sees. This is towards right field, and that is collected out there for the first out of the game. The inning, rather. So that's a quick one pitch, one out there for Fogelman. Love that. And that brings up Obis. He's 0 for 3 today. The Arcata fans are howling for the Lone Wolves.
And the moon, like we talked about.
And
Let's go. Maybe they're listening to us.
That could be it.
I want to take the credit, but
a little delayed, but I'll allow it.
But the Wolves and a full moon, we got to get somehow. Let's do something, guys.
Long look in from Fogelman. Here's the pitch. That's fouled straight back, strike one.
And we talked about it before. Fogelman's arm slot, if you're a righty, it looks like it's coming in from behind you. It makes you think about if you were a lefty facing Randy Johnson.
Oh, sure.
And just like, no shot. I've got no shot right now.
Yeah, it does. It really comes in from like behind the batter.
Yeah.
That's wild. So
hitting as a lefty growing up, I loved these guys.
Yeah, for sure. You could just see
But as a righty, if there was a lefty that was doing this to me,
yeah,
I'm doing the no chance dance up there. There's just I'm just guessing, and I'm probably walking back to the dugout. Let's be real.
1-1 on Obos. Nobody on. 1 out. Crabs lead by 7. Here's the pitch. That's taken, strike 2.
Good pitch, and especially if you can establish a breaking ball from that arm slot like he did right there.
It just moved all the way over there.
Yeah, sweeping across, that's a tough look.
Yeah.
Tough read for the hitter there.
1-2, swung on, strike 3. So Fogelman punches out Obis, and that brings up Stillman. The Chico Lone Wolves are down to their final out.
And a shout out to Tobin Tolis, Toby in the morning from K-Hum Radio. Just got a text from him letting me know that he is listening at home.
Very cool.
Huge Crabs guy, huge baseball guy.
Really appreciate his interviews with you on K-Hum.
So do I.
They're just awesome. They're very, very
I have
cool.
a blast. We could talk for hours. We only get like 30 minutes, but
Right. First pitch to Stillman is taken, strike one.
We did less interviews last year, but they went longer.
Fewer interviews.
And then it's, yeah, if sorry. I forgot who I was talking to.
It was Apollo 13, remember? Big swing, strike two.
But it's more regular now, but it's the half hour goes so quick when you're talking baseball with someone that also knows baseball.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, when you ask
shoot.
you a question, you have 5 minutes of things to say. It can go quick. Here's the 0-2. That's outside ball one. So the Chico Lone Wolves down to their final strike. Fogelman's got a 1-2 count on Stillman. Crabs leading by
I got a good
7.
feeling right now. I can, I think something's good is about to happen.
Love to see this one end on a punch out. Here's the pitch. That's popped
Oh, we
straight
got a
up
guy
and
there.
should do it. That's Chapman over there. He grabs
All
it, and with it,
right.
the Crabs seal their 36th win of the season. They are 36-13. It is 3 runs on 4 hits and 4 errors for the Chico Lone Wolves. 10 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Crabs scored early and often, 3 in the first, 5 in the fourth, 2 in, I believe, the 7th, or the it was the 7th. And the Chico Lone Wolves just struggled to get people on and to get people around. Brendan, what's your takeaway from the game?
I think our uniforms are way better than theirs.
Yep.
I think the Lone Wolves got themselves in trouble because they couldn't throw a strike. They fell behind a lot of hitters, a lot of walks. Did we count up how many walks they had?
I was going to do it if you could have a few things to say.
Yeah,
I'll do
well,
it.
they had 4 errors, and then they had at least 8 or 9 walks. They might have had more like 10.
10, 11, at least 11.
11 walk, yeah. My thoughts are 11 walks and 4 errors are not a recipe for winning a baseball game.
No, you'll lose by plenty if you do that to a team that can hit, and the Crabs were hitting it tonight. So.
Yeah, capitalized on big spots and took advantage of the times that we had guys on the bases. And another great night from Inyart producing, and Alex Harrington stayed hot as well. So kind of the usual suspects for the Crabs, and hopefully we can wrap this week up with a couple more wins.
4 games left in 2026. Do not sleep on Crabs baseball. Come down tomorrow at 7 o'clock and watch the second game of this series. We are also here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and after that, winter sets in.
Aaron, it's been a pleasure. I think this is the last one we're going to do together, but
That's right. It
absolutely
was fun.
fun
Thank
calling
you,
games
Brendan.
with you, buddy. I'll see you next season.
I appreciate you, and to all of you listening, thank you for listening to Crabs Baseball. We will be back tomorrow with more on ESPN 107.3 FM.